At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Rope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do. And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
How do you see the world?
Ha! At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles.
Like riding my bike.
Breaking boards. Ha! Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911?
welcome in here to the pregame shows. We're about to listen into the national anthem here before this Eudora basketball doubleheader. An absolutely amazing job there by the singer here in the Cardinal Arena, getting us ready for this doubleheader action. Is going to be the Cardinals taking on the Bonner Springs Braves. First, it will be girls varsity basketball, and we will listen into the starting lineups here.
For the Braves, number 1, 5'11" junior, Emily Porter. And for your Cardinals, number 3, 5'5" senior, Hannah Keltner. For the Braves, number 4, 5'5" junior, Nia Anderson. And for your Cardinals, number 10, 5'7" sophomore, Prince Dieterich. For the Braves, number 24, 5'11" junior, Addison Thompson. And for your Cardinals, number 12, 5'5" sophomore, Izzy Broca. For the Braves, number 25, 5'9" junior, Chastity Sample. And for your Cardinals, number 13, 5'7" freshman, Ava Dye. And last for the Braves, number 43, 5'11" junior, Meredith Billings. And last but not least, for your Cardinals, 5'9" senior, number 22, Miranda Koo.
So it's the same starting lineup, Hayden, that we saw in our opening game, our first broadcast of the season. The Cardinals got that win over Wamego, a doubleheader win. They got the win in both games, but just here focusing in on the girls, who are undefeated just as they were last season. 7 games into the year, but only 2 games in here so far, and they are 2-0. They recently got the win over Atchison. Was a pretty comfortable win, to say the least. And they're coming in here against an opponent that is 1-2, the Braves. They're coming off their lone win this season. Just on the 13th, they beat the Lansing Lions, but they had started the year 0-2. But they will have a bit of momentum coming in, which you could say the same for the Cardinals. Both teams coming off victories. The Cardinals coming off 2 straight and yet to taste defeat this year, as Cardinals. We are about to get going here in the Cardinal Arena. What you got, Hayden?
Cardinals coming off 2 really good wins as well. I'd say confidence is really high for the Lady Cardinals coming into tonight's matchup.
I'm excited to see Ava Dye's performance. We saw she had a really great night. I had her at 18 points in the first game this season. Strong performance from number 13 out there, the freshman.
I mean, she was all over the place. She was all kinds of impressive. And with all the talented players on this Lady Cards team, for the freshman to have as big of an impact as she had, it was an impressive showing.
Braves moving the ball around the top of the key. 5 seconds on the shot clock here. a new thing this season. And they are not going to get a shot off. So despite the fact that that went out off of Kuntz, it will be a Cardinals basketball for the shot clock violation.
It's a good start for the Braves, though. They did a really good job moving the ball around there. That's going to be the key early in this game to not let the Cardinals take advantage of this thing early on. It's going to be to move the ball around, try to keep them from getting a huge advantage early, putting the Braves in a bad spot.
But that's also a great defensive possession for the Cards. You know, I'm still in football brain. I got to get out to basketball, but that felt like a coverage sack. There was nothing to do there. They were trying to find the shot. They could not find it, and the Cardinals got the job done to make that first possession go scoreless, and now they have a chance to try and take the lead here. 10 seconds on the shot clock for number 10, Dieterding to the corner, Kuntz. Dye underneath the basket, checks it out here. The shot up from Brunkow, and off the rim, no good. So we are still scoreless through 1 minute and 15.
And I checked out the numbers from last year's matchup. Ended 27-31 in favor of the Lady Braves, but it was a really low-scoring defensive match. Of course, we've seen the Cards go 2 straight games to start the year with 50-plus points. This one could be a little bit more defensive and low-scoring based off of how it looked last year between these two rosters.
Chance for our first basket will come from the free throw line as Addison Thompson draws a shooting foul. So she will go to the line for 2. The foul is called on the senior Miranda Kuntz. First foul of our game. And no good is the first shot, so that first basket proves to still be elusive here over 1.5 minutes in. You mentioned the low-scoring nature of the Braves. So here we'll focus in on Thompson's shot for a second. And we will still be without that first basket, though a rebound from Emily Morton couldn't put it in, but it's still in Braves' possession. So we'll put a pin in that thought on their low-scoring nature as they try to find this first basket.
Trying to break our narrative early.
Brunkow working against Chastity Samble. Now here is Nia Anderson, a shot from the corner, but a travel called before the shot went off for Meredith Billings. So another turnover. Cardinals take the ball away. But yeah, in that game against Lansing where they got the win, they scored 42. They only let up 18 points from the Lansing Lions. In their game against Ottawa to open the season, though, they put up 40 in a 48-40 loss. And they played Tongi and lost that one 37-28. So a 9-point loss, an 8-point loss. And then a big win, 42-18. No good from Dye there, and then it rebounded by Nia Anderson. On the fast break, Anderson tries to get the shot off, and it's a good one. First basket here today from Nia Anderson, did it all by herself.
And also worth noting as the Braves try to get a quick start here, they have gotten to 1-2 after that 0-2 start. Those first 2 losses were both to in-Frontier League opponents, so they're 0-2 within the division, you could call it. Eudora playing their first matchup within the Frontier League tonight, trying to get off to a 1-0 start, which could come in handy a little bit later in the season if the Braves are not able to get up to a winning record within the Frontier League, where the Cardinals are able to get themselves off to a really good start.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's how they determine the Frontier title. Here's a shot from Brunkow. Did go off the rim, so that would reset the shot clock, but Cardinals could not rebound. It's Nia Anderson once again. Just your record against Frontier League opponents is how they determine your standings within the Frontier League. The neutral games don't matter. So a tough start for the Braves within conference play, but the Cardinals trying to get off to a good start here. No good on the long 2 from Bryn Dieterding. We saw her take a backseat role in terms of scoring in the first game this season, which she's also great at her distribution of the ball. She just had such a great and prolific freshman season in terms of scoring. Set our expectations high in that regard, but she's capable of all kinds of filling all kinds of different roles out there. Trying to find a shot underneath the basket. It's up and no good. Rebounded by Kuntz, then a whistle blows, and it will be Cardinal ball.
And I really, really like the approach we're seeing from the Braves early on here to try to get aggressive as much as they can early on, because we saw these Lady Cards, their resilience last week and their ability to seemingly, as we were, to catch fire and just take off. The Braves doing all they can to prevent that spark from lighting, at least early on.
They hit Addison Thompson with the foul. It's the first against the Braves. Definitely a scrappy start here halfway through the first quarter. Dieterding from 3. No rim needed, all net. It is 3-2 Cards. That's more like the freshman Dieterding that we saw.
That's what we were looking for.
Second time she's pulled up from long range. Now here she
Speaking of-
is on the fast break. Passes out to Brunkow. They want another three. Not going to get it. Dieterding out for Dye. Keltner now drives, puts it up. It's good. 5-2 Cards.
What a way to go from down by 2 to up by 3. Took a matter of seconds. A really quick response from the Lady Cards. All started off by Bren Dieterding, regaining a little bit of that form you mentioned from last year as a freshman. So prolific shooting.
I also like seeing them pass it outside of the three-point arc last year, early in the season when they got on that winning streak. It was those threes that really set them apart from the competition. Dieterding rebounds her own shot, couldn't put it in on the second try, and now a jump ball will go the way of the Cards. But I like seeing them pass it around, even if they're not going to put those up, which they seem like they still will be on occasion, but just threatening with that three-point ball. And when you prove that you can make it on occasion, then the defense has to respect that. It can open up things so much.
Absolutely.
Couple changes. Brunkow and Kuntz went out. Rychek and Avery Warren come in.
Yeah, it's certainly worth noting when a team can make those long shots work, you really do open up everything else that's a little bit, perceived as easier and makes the defense respect you a lot more. And like you said, that was a big part of the Cards getting off to a really hot start last year.
Dieterding at the top of the key, directing traffic. Warren. Dieterding in space. She wants another and just couldn't get it. Rebounded by Morton. The Braves made one change. Meredith Billings went out. Amaya Burris came in. And now the Cards will make another change. Carly Owens will come in place of Keltner. In the corner there is Burris. Braves struggling to find the ability to shoot here early in this game, but just as I say that, Nia Anderson, who's got all 4 of their points, able to find space to sink that one.
I believe there's a word for that. We say something and the other thing happens. Can't remember the term.
Commentator curse might be.
The announcer jinx.
Warren from 3.
I really like the aggression to try it, though.
Yeah, they're getting very close with those shots, which of course doesn't count for much, but it's a warning sign, and get a warning from the official here. It's actually going to be a shooting foul, which is a little generous, sending Emily Morton to the line for a foul called against Rychek.
Miss Eudora side wasn't a fan of the call either.
Yeah, I think that calling that a shooting foul is really where that complaint's going to come. It really did not look like Morton was going up for the basket.
Yeah, I don't think
she has tied the game here.
I don't think the complaint is on the foul. I think the complaint is on the severity of the foul for sure. Here's the second attempt.
So we will stay tied. Burris and Dieterding fighting over it. Jump ball will go to the Braves. Back into the game is Billings, this time taking the spot of Addison Thompson. Congested here on this inbound. Nia Anderson finds Burris. And taken away. Not sure where that happened, but Carly Owens emerges with the basketball. Finds Warren. Warren finds the lead. Looked like it may have just slipped out of the hands there for the Braves.
Looked like it.
Carly Owens was off to the races. Warren in support. 2 substitutes putting that one away. That pass almost more like a shot. Dieterding takes it away regardless, and then overcooked that one. The quarterback style throw, incomplete.
Just a little bit long.
Brunkow will come back in and take the spot of Dieterding. And on the other side, Lily Kimlin will get her first minutes in place of Chastity Samble.
And Reed, you mentioned it last week. We talked about it a lot on the broadcast, taking advantage of opportunities. I really like how the Lady Cards tonight, they haven't had a lot of them, but when they've gotten an opportunity to put points on the board, they've been really good at capitalizing so far tonight. Of course, the later into this thing we get will be the tell on how long they can keep that up, but a really good sign early to take the chances they're given and make the most of them.
They hit Warren with a foul there. It's the third team foul against the Cards with a minute left here in the first. Here's Burris again trying to drive to the basket, but Rychek and Keltner interface, and they induce a travel. .52 seconds left in this low-scoring first quarter. Warren. Now Owens. Keltner finds Brunkow at the top. Out to Warren, couldn't handle it. And then it goes out. Warren thought it might have taken a touch from Burris, but the official disagrees. Not much of a protest from Warren, so she probably knows that the call's right. So that gives 30 seconds to the Braves. Shot clock is off. It's been a bit of an enemy of the Braves so far, the shot clock. Anderson, she wants more, won't get it. And who does that one go out off of? They say out off of Billings. Dieterding will grab the place of Keltner for the last just under 17 seconds.
It is interesting to note when you mentioned the shot clock being a little bit of an adversary for the Braves tonight. That's certainly been their play style you've seen in this first quarter. It's been a lot of wait and see, a lot of patient play, inevitably respecting the scoring ability of this Cards team, trying to keep the game to go their style of play.
Brunkow wants one of the last shots here of the quarter. And then taken away by Warren. Can she turn this into a shot? Owens had to take one more handle on that one to get the shot off. It was no good anyway. So 7-5 at the end of the first quarter. The Braves took an early lead 2-0 that lasted for maybe surprisingly long, but the Cardinals grabbed it in a hurry and held on, so that 7-5 at the end of one.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
So we are about to get going on this second quarter. Just a reminder that Eudora Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Dieterding no good on that three attempt. She's tried for 3 times now from 3. Here's Dye taking a first crack at it. Couldn't get it, and then Kuntz fighting over the rebound with Nia Anderson. Another jump ball. This one goes to Bonner Springs. Cardinals have gone back to their starting 5. There's one change from the starting 5 for the Braves, which is no Thompson. Instead, Lily Kimlin out there, number 13 instead of number 24. These inbounds between Dieterding and Dye, specifically last game that we called,
they were deadly.
Resulted in a couple points. This time she found Keltner to the corner for Bryn. And no good from 3 once again. She's 1 for 4 now after hitting her first one from 3-point land.
From 3-point land.
They call Cougs on the foul. It's the second against her, first of the quarter.
I got to say, if this is the kind of game we get to watch all day, I'm really, really excited for it. Almost seemed like the game plan for that first quarter for the Braves was just to not lose it, right? Don't let the Cards get off to such a hot start that they run away. Kept it close through the first quarter. I'd almost say they have some momentum now. But if this is the kind of game we're in for, I'm really, really excited to see how this one plays out over 3 more.
There would be a tectonic shift if the Cardinals start hitting those threes.
Absolutely.
Because there have been a lot of warning shots against the Braves, and so far I think it's only the one that has gone in.
It does almost seem like the Braves have been willing to call that bluff so far. Saying if we beat you on everything else, we're going to, as strange as it may seem to say, we're going to take our chances on the threes, right? Which they've been willing to do, and so far it's worked out. Again, only 25% so far on those 3-point attempts from Dieterding.
Burris comes in for Kimlin. Here's Dieterding in more space. Gets past Burris. Jump pass for Brunkow. Cutting into her right. Wants to shoot. Overdone on that one and taken down by Burris. Now here's Anderson. Samble. No one with her as she works against Dieterding. Gets a pick. Now some space for Billings. Into Morton, back for Billings. She wants from 3. Shot that one too far to the right.
And both teams, worth noting, doing a really, really good job, specifically the Cards with the Braves as well. Up closer to the basket, doing a really good job moving the ball around within space, giving themselves opportunities to shoot. Just to this point, not a whole lot of execution up close, despite a lot of good opportunities.
Keltner going to draw a shooting foul, first of the day for the Cards. Foul called against Nia Anderson. First for her and first for the Braves this quarter. Thompson comes in for Emily Morton. Keltner 0 for 2 from the line. Check this one around, and the 3 ball is good for Chastity Samble. The Braves take the lead back for the first time since the first basket of this game. Ava Dye trying to take the lead back. Out for Dieterding in some space. Now Brunkow. Disguised pass, but not disguised well enough. And laid in there by Thompson. The Braves are the first team to double digits. Into Dye, still yet to score in this one, and that is the case no more. This game speeding up here, and it seemed like that might have been good from Burris, but in and out. Pass here to Brunkow on the fast break, tries to draw a charge against Anderson, it won't work. So Brunkow hit with the foul, first for her, second for the Cards.
That was looking really, really good. Up to right close, a really solid attempt from Brunkow, but draws a foul on what could have been a really, really good attempt to get this thing just about even again.
Morton checks in for the Braves. Warren in for the Cards. Takes the spot of Brunkow. Braves playing with some confidence now that they've got the lead. They look like a different team. Feels like they have awoken. Anderson, she wants it from 3. And off the backboard and then out. Dieterding drives in. And went for the disguised pass once more. And Burris not fooled. She knew that Ava Dye was likely to be the target there underneath the basket. Anderson again from 3, and no good. Keltner finds Warren. Warren all by herself, 1 against 3. She'll go for it, and no good. Fast break chance, but Dye slows it down, allowing her teammates to catch up. Anderson really wants to score here, and she will get a chance from the free throw line as she is hit down to the ground. Might have been Ava Dye on that one. Indeed it was.
Almost feels like the Cards are starting to get a little bit nervous, a little bit twitchy now that they're down. You're seeing a little bit more, I don't want to say anxious play, but almost anxious play out of them. Meanwhile, the Braves have looked much more calm and composed in these last minutes.
It's also 6 fouls to 2 in the game. No good for Anderson from the line on her first one. Cardinals have committed 3 in both quarters. Kuntz goes out for Owens. And Anderson will go 0 for 2 from the line. The Braves' leading scorer couldn't add to her tally. Morton finds Samble. Good hand from Owens to slow Samble down. Lays this one to Burris. Anderson driving, finds Samble. She wants it from 3. It looks good. It is good. 13-9 now. Samble takes the team's lead in scoring. She's got 6. Both coming from beyond the 3-point line. Dieterding wants one of her own, and she'll get it. Her second time making from 3. She's also got 6 points.
You think that can flip some momentum here?
Cardinals finally getting into double digits. Dieterding extending her team lead tally.
And drawing within 1.
Samble wants another. And just barely didn't get it. I thought that bounce might take it in.
Really good.
Here's Owens. Great pass from Dieterding, and Owens has got the lead back for the Cards. Credit to Ava Dye as well for getting that one going.
And just like that, this thing has gone from sluggish and defensive in the first quarter to active and fast in the second.
And taken away by Dieterding. What can she do here? 2 teammates in support. Fakes to Keltner, puts it up herself. Keltner gets the rebound and then is blocked, but it's a foul. So Keltner, who went 0 for 2, first time will get another chance from the line. In our first game, she shot 50%, which will tell you she's got to make both of these. But maybe I just jinxed it. I was trying to do, a positive jinx.
Yeah.
I don't know if it works.
In order for it to be a positive jinx, I think you have to say something negative, right? Because it usually goes the opposite, and we don't want to say anything
I had
negative.
the one before when I said Dye hadn't scored, and then she did. Before we get to see what Keltner can do from the free throw line, we've got a timeout taken here. So we will go ahead and take a quick break as well.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
Back here from the timeout We'll resume with Keltner's free throws. We've got 1:59 left before halftime. Cardinals grab the lead back with the third lead change of this game. And now Keltner with a chance to add on to it. She's already got a couple points tonight. Make that 3.
Here's attempt 2.
The jinx did not work perfectly, but she's now 1 of 3 from the line, 1 of 4 from the line. Has 3 points on the night. Cards lead is 2. And now there will be a chance on the other side from the free throw line. This is Nia Anderson. Do I say it, Hayden? She's also 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
If it goes 50% again, I'm going to start questioning you.
Keltner called for the foul. It's the 4th against the Cards, so next would put the Braves into the bonus. And Anderson 0 for 3 now. Just from the line, that is. She's got 4 points tonight. Opened our scoring. And she will stay scoreless from the free throw line, 0 for 4. Billings, though, on a quick rebound shot. No good. Dieterding takes it away.
Okay, we can confirm Reed does not have superpowers.
Yeah.
we can breathe a sigh of relief there.
Into the corner, Warren.
Really good pass from Brunkow.
The tall figure of Rychek gets it out to Warren. Back into Rychek. What a pass from Dye. Rychek just couldn't put it away. Beautifully hidden. Not the first time the Cardinals have tried those no-look or discreet passes underneath the basket. First time that it's worked so well, though.
Say, Braves have done a really good job today to this point to containing those. Oh.
Warren and
Dye.
Samble go down to the ground. Dye on the breakaway. Couldn't put it in. Didn't get the spin on that one she was looking for. And then Samble and Warren, who were back together because they had both fallen down. Warren playing like a cornerback there with the pass deflection, putting that one out of bounds. Here's Samble. She's been dangerous from beyond the arc. Billings. Kimlin against Warren. The 5'4" Kimlin finds Samble.
Shot clock active.
34 seconds left. Now the shot clock is off for this last Cardinals possession. Brunkow jump shot, gets her own rebound, puts it up again, and she will draw an and one. So that extends the Cardinals' lead and could maybe even push it out a little bit further. As number 12 has put the Cardinals up to 17.
And I think as we enter the closing of the first half, a very different game than you and I might have been expecting coming in here. But a good one nonetheless. Here comes the attempt from Brunkow.
It's been a 10-7 second quarter after a 7-5 first quarter. And there could yet still be more scoring. There will be. So an and one play there from Brunkow. Really well done by the sophomore. Pushes the Cardinals' lead to 5. And then Ava Dye hit for a foul. Does that negate the basket?
Doesn't look like it.
No, but that does put the Braves into the bonus. Didn't see what happened there after the basket. Hey, the camera. But something called on Ava Dye. It's the second foul against her. And it looks like it will send Billings to the line because of the bonus. Or rather Morton to the line. No good on Morton's first attempt. Morton 1 for 4 from the free throw line.
15 to go. Card's going to try to run it down, it looks like.
Warren for three. She wants it. Won't get it. Rychek trying to bring it down. And with 0.9 left, it will be a Braves basketball. They go for the long pass. They want a shot for Burris from mid-court and came up short. Wasn't good, in time anyway. So 18-13 is our halftime score. The Cardinals with a nice lead in a game where we've seen 3 lead changes. It started slow and then really picked up. It's been a great game of basketball. Some defensive good work put on show, and then how to play some great offense as well being demonstrated here. A fun first half. Cardinals with the lead. When we're back, it's the halftime show.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter, male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers, we have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be. There is no typical firefighter.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Shop local and support local at Jean's Heartland Foods. Visit their website, eudora.heartlandfoodstores.com, to sign up for exclusive offers and rewards today. So looking back at that first half, we talked about it started slow, picked up, and I think that both quarters were enjoyable for different reasons.
Absolutely.
You have to be able to enjoy a more defensive performance, but also I'm sure that you're all got to be a fan of the three-point ball. I mean, come on, that's at the heart of basketball right now.
Right.
And so looking back, first we can run through the stats. First for the visiting Braves, Emily Morton with 1 point, Nia Anderson has 4, Addison Thompson 2, and Chastity Sample 6 points. 6 points, all coming on 2 3-pointers. And then on the Cardinals side of things, Avery Warren with a couple, Hannah Keltner with 3, Bryn Dieterding with 6, and that's by way of 2 3-pointers. Izzy Brunkow with 3, Ava Dye with 2, and Carly Owens with 2. So that is how we are at 18-13 after a 7-5 first quarter. And then it was 11-7 for the second one. So Hayden, what are your thoughts on the way that those 2 quarters as 2 separate things and then that first half as a whole?
Yeah, looking at them as 2 separate things, first quarter first, I really, really liked the approach that the Braves took right out of the gate of not necessarily wanting to put up a lot of points, but they kind of put all their eggs into one basket of making sure the Cards didn't run away in the first quarter. Because we saw last week, of course, was very, very close in the first half, and then the Cards kind of ran away in the second half. But this is an explosive enough team that if the Cards could have come out of the gate and hit a couple of threes, maybe a couple of layups as well, they could have hit double digits within minutes and really stretched this thing out and set the tone. And the Braves did a really, really good job of not letting that be the case, kind of making the Eudora Lady Cardinals play their brand of basketball instead of the Cards playing exactly how they wanted to coming out. And then in the second half, things opened up a little more. You saw a little more urgency, a little more speed from both sides up and down the court with a lot more momentum and urgency.
I think really what it was the Braves got a taste. They scored at the start of that second quarter and took the lead. And then that really gave them life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it was definitely two extremely different quarters to watch. I would say both were fairly evenly matched. Of course, the Cards have peaked out a slight lead, but it's really fascinating to me how well the Braves not only came in here with a game plan to not let the Cards take this thing over early, but how well they've executed it and kept it close. Because, of course, the later into these games you get, truly anything can happen late, and they know that if they can keep things close, they give themselves an opportunity late. But it's been really, really interesting to watch unfold. And you're right, the momentum shift that you saw from the Braves, both in the body language and the urgency and the execution, as soon as they tasted that lead for the first time since they took it early on, that was a different team for those last couple of minutes than we saw through a quarter and a half, basically.
And we've seen the Braves respond to the Cardinals' way of playing by also shooting more of those threes, and I think that that's a matter of the Cardinals playing similar defense. You said got to play their game, that they're blocking up the lane. We've seen very few layup shots, let alone layups made.
They haven't really had an opportunity to.
Yeah, neither team is letting anything get through to the lane, and so they're having to take the detour, which is the three-point arc. And
isn't as high probability.
Yeah, it's been pretty much just Dieterding and Sample from beyond the three-point line.
Yep.
Brunkow also had one in there. I think that would be it. Don't want to be missing anybody with that. But yeah, it looks like that would be the
number.
only. Yeah,
either way.
It's Sample has 2, Dieterding has 2, and Brunkow got her 1. Or no, that was and 1 for Brunkow. So that wasn't even
an and 1, wasn't even a three-pointer.
So I think it's just Dieterding and Sample that have made it from beyond the three-point line. But there's been a lot of chances. I can think of times that Brunkow and Billings, among other people, have pulled up from beyond 3, and so it's going to be, we talked about it already, the domino that will fall is if those start going, if those start getting in, and if Sample's going to be able to do those, then the Cardinals are going to need to lock in and get theirs as well, and just they can't let those chances go away. But also, those short-range chances, when they present themselves, are going to be big. You can't just write those off because they're playing good defense. We've seen both teams get layups and get those shorter-range shots, and you just need to be able to take those higher percentage ones when they come, which is going to be off of breakaways or mistakes or even those free throws. Free throws are going to be big in this game, and we've seen a lot of missing so far from the free throw line. So I think that those are things that could change to get this game to be a little more high scoring. You talked about the Cardinals average 53 points in their 2 games so far.
Yep.
They're not even close to halfway there, really.
Nope.
So that's a credit to the Braves, but also they find themselves down by 5. So, what does it matter if you hold them to 30 if you lose?
True.
We'll see how things go. It's going to be a matter of if they can make those threes and those free throws and just take the opportunities that present themselves. But we've seen 2 really strong defensive performances so far here. So that is our halftime show here, presented by Jean's Heartland Foods. 2:25 left on the clock before we're back with second half action.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
the MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family-owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small-town hospitality at a valued price. High-quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time-tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
All right, so 3 seconds left before our second half tip. Or rather, it looks like it'll be inbounded. Before we get going here, 18-13 is our score as we resume play. It will start with Cardinals possession. Cardinals back to their starting 5. And looks like same can be said for the Braves.
And if we remember what last week was like, it was stark, the difference between the first half and the second half in terms of urgency. The Cards kind of rolled with the punches in the first half, came out in the second, and just ran away with it. Look to see how aggressive the Braves are to prevent that from happening, prevent the Cards from catching fire, as we called it, once again.
It was a poor first possession there for the Cards, but same can be said for the Braves, as now here's a breakaway. Brunkow, Dye, Keltner in support. It's going to be Dye. Will the basket count? It will, and it's an and one. Thought we might have been seeing a charging call there, but no. Dye to the line.
An opportunity to stretch things out a little bit more here. Cards the first to 20.
And she gets it. So she is up to 5. And the Cardinals to 21. Feeling a little bit comfortable right now, which is always dangerous in basketball.
Always.
Something that we didn't talk about much in that halftime break was the fouls for the Cardinals. They were a little bit surprising. Ava Dye had one of them that was, they committed, I think it was up to 8 fouls, and an unorthodox 3 attempt there from Billings, no good. And that's something that they might have to get under control a little bit in this game if free throws are going to be a big opportunity for points. As here's Kuntz getting a couple, her first tonight. So the Cards now up by 10, but that's just something they might need to reel in, though they are cruising right now. So much so that the Braves, are going to take a timeout. We can go ahead and keep you here, I suppose. What do you think about the way that we've seen here? They've already jumped out, extended their lead to 10. And also you can talk about those fouls, but focus in on how we're going here. It's only been 58 seconds and things are looking very good.
I made that comment when we first came out of the break because I figured that might be something we'd see. It seems to be the identity of this Lady Cards team to an extent that they'll kind of just roll in the first half, keep things close, keep the energy low, and then they'll come out in the second half, regroup, and try to run away with it. Of course, we're going to see the Braves get aggressive, try to put some points on the board to keep the Cards from stretching it out too far. But a double-digit lead early on in the second half. This is the way we've seen the Cards play all year. Come out in the second half as aggressive as possible. They execute on 1 or 2 possessions, and now they've got themselves a little bit of breathing room. Really nice start.
Could be a matter of, it reminds me of boxing where the game, it'll start you sort of feeling them out, finding how they're going to play, and then that you can adjust your strategy based off of that and really find the best route for attack. Maybe that's how how Coach Parker is running things here for this Cardinals team.
Little poking and prodding per se. Figure out what works, figure out what doesn't, and then exploit it, which in the second half, we've seen a whole lot of exploits early on.
I don't think it would be bad to characterize those 3-point attempts, as we'll see one from Samble. Those 3-point attempts is like jabs in an MMA fight, just feeling them out, finding what strategy is going to work.
Well, that's what it does. It shows you how the opponent responds, how aggressive they get, how much I don't want to say curl up, but how they respond to those warning shots, and the Cards definitely took it and ran with it here.
It's very interesting seeing how the Braves have run into trouble with the shot clock. They got that one off, and here is Izzy Brunkow getting up to 5 points. Just seeing that they're really taking their time on offense, and it's sometimes forcing them into a hole where they just kind of have to get a shot off. They're running out of time.
Right.
It's good to be patient to find the best opportunity, but
you got to wonder if they're missing opportunities as a result of that.
It almost feels like something that's my entire final schedule, which is a lot of procrastination.
Yeah, I can agree with you. Both of us coming off of that week. We survived, but. And this also worth noting, of course, with a little bit of a lead will always be the case. Here's a shot.
Samble's going to draw a shooting foul. So she'll go to the line. She's really been the taliswoman, I should say, for their offense. And she is the leading scorer with 6, and now a chance to add on to that.
These are a big couple of free throws.
And in and out on that one.
And this definitely puts a little bit of pressure on them. The Braves got to be feeling a little bit more stressed and rushed now that they're down by 12. You keep this thing real close going into the half. Second shot is good. That's going to draw it within 11.
Cards now more on track for that 50-point mark that we were talking about.
Didn't take them long to get to that halfway point, did it? But you said that early on. You said if they can start hitting those threes, that will really start to be backbreaking if they can hit them.
We might see a chance for one here. They're passing around the top of the key. Dye, though, goes for the shorter range shot. No good, taken away by Billings. Anderson with her eyes down court.
And again, I expect to see a lot of urgency out of the Braves to try to keep this thing close, keep the Cards from stretching things out too far.
Anderson drives, shoots, no good. Keltner now.
And this is where the Lady Cards have been their strongest, right? You give them a little bit of a lead, a little bit of comfort.
Wants it for 3.
Overcooked it a little.
And did she keep that one in? They say yes.
She did. Really impressive. Here's Dye.
Fakes the pass to Keltner, puts it up, and then draws a shooting foul. Anderson doesn't like it. As she is hit with the foul. I believe that's her 3rd. It is her 3rd and 2nd against the Braves. Braves would hate to lose Anderson to foul trouble. And Dye with a beautiful free throw there.
Gorgeous. And that net didn't move.
Yeah. Warren will come in for Keltner.
And it's natural when a team gets a little bit of a lead, but you'll see the Cards, I expect, to free up a lot more now that they've got that little advantage, because it just gives you don't have to worry about not making every little error, right? They have a little more room. Not quite going to hit on the second free throw, going to stay 26-14, but still a lot of breathing room for the Cards, and I expect to see that comfort as well as that urgency on the opposing side from the Lady Braves.
So the Braves have taken out Samble, which is who they were running through here. They were basically funneling the ball to her on offense. So now they're going to have to find somebody else. Nia Anderson has been good for them. Warren wants a 3 off the front of the rim. So who will lead their offense now? Anderson looks for Morton. Morton had the space there, just misread it, couldn't take it in. So a game that started slow, felt a little uncomfortable. Braves took a lead back and had a lot of momentum starting the second quarter. That would now be what the Cardinals are doing with this third quarter. But they've got that momentum, they're running away with it. They're going to call a carry on Brunkow. And then Owens will come in and grab Ava Dye. And Samble will also come back in and take the spot of Meredith Billings. There are no seniors on this girls varsity roster for the Braves. So they tend to be led by their junior class, which is full of 7 players. So next year could be a very dangerous team just based upon that.
You said 7?
Looks like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, indeed.
Wow. Yeah, based on seniority alone, that'd be a scary, scary roster come next year.
And it's all the names we've been talking about. Morton, Anderson, Kimlin, Thompson, Samble, and Billings.
All your best players coming back next year.
In here under the basket. These have been rare. And Thompson couldn't find the space to get off a comfortable shot. Brunkow driving with some speed. And Burris got a hand in, then couldn't rebound. It's still on the ground. Loose ball. It falls to Warren. She wants to shoot. Gets bumped. No good and no foul.
Crazy sequence of events right there.
Anderson puts up a shot, draws a shooting foul, which Bryn Dieterding can't help but laugh at the call. Doesn't really agree with it. It's the first against her and the third against the Cards.
I don't want to say a laugh of disbelief, but that's certainly the look it had.
Anderson 0 for 4 from the free throw line.
Be a good time to change it.
She does get her first. Rychek will come in, taking the spot of Kuntz. And Anderson goes 2 for 2 on that occasion, putting her 2 of 6 in the game and up to 6 points. Brunkow wants a 3. She's got it! Brunkow, who earlier made a 3-point play, now does it from behind the 3-point line.
I was just about to make a comment about how well the Braves have done to contain those threes. And despite not a lot of scoring in the second half, keep this thing relatively close. That's a really good way to stretch it out. Once again, make the Cards comfortable, ease up a little bit, and just stack the pressure sitting atop the Lady Braves.
They put her... Did she get the basket? Cardinals began with possession here. Well, Warren from 3 now, no good.
Interesting.
I'll have to check back the tape on that one. I think they did get it. Yeah, they did get it, and then a foul was committed after the basket. So Brunkow did get the 3, which puts her in the lead for points. She's got 8. And now a foul will be called against Carly Owens.
It's crazy how quick things change when you start hitting threes, isn't it? Lead scorers change, leads change.
That would be why they're so popular nowadays. Cardinals now have 4 team fouls against them, so next would put the Braves into the bonus. Samble working to try to shoot against Keltner and does get that one off and scores. She's got 9. Rychek. Warren. Morton kept that one away from Warren.
That was another defensive back-esque play right there.
Billings comes in for Addison Thompson. This third quarter has been 11-5 in favor of the Cardinals in terms of scoring. Here's Keltner, head of steam. 3 on the shot clock. Couldn't get it off. Nia Anderson. In a staring contest with Avery Warren.
You blinked.
Billings against Rychek. Couldn't find the lane to shoot. Will this be a shooting foul? Looks like it is not a shooting foul. No, okay. This also puts them into the bonus either way. Called against Rychek. Sends Billings to the line, who will be looking for her first points of the game. Second time the Braves have been put into the bonus by the Cards. And Billings will get her first point. Brunkow and Dye come in for Owens and Dieterding. Now the official's talking something over here. Make sure. Nothing obvious coming of it. Are we seeing a technical here?
Wonder, seeing applause from some of the Braves players.
This is a technical foul because they have cleared the deck for Billings' free throw here. Must have been the Eudora bench because they haven't called out a jersey number. So Billings will get more shots here.
They've now got it to a single-digit deficit.
And the scoreboard in the stadium here is showing double bonus for the Braves. So something happened there. I think someone may have said a magic word. Not sure what. But we talked about that the fouls have been a bit of an issue for the Cards in this game, despite being in a comfortable situation.
When you mention discipline, and people tend to scoff at it, but that kind of thing can weigh heavy on a team, especially as you get into the later minutes, later quarters.
Yeah, now the Braves are no longer trailing by double digits, which has been the case for quite a while.
Well, and they've got some momentum now on top of that.
They get the ball. They're in double bonus.
This could end up being a big problem area for the Cards if this thing goes south.
I wonder if it may have been a fan, because I did not see anything too egregious from the Cardinals bench. Yeah. Billings no good there from short.
It does make you wonder if someone in the student section or close to the ref.
I think it would have been on the far side.
Yep. Somebody behind the bench, perhaps.
Yeah, but maybe
close
behind
by.
the scorer's table.
Either way, the ref heard something.
Here's Burris. Now Samble for three. Off the back of the rim and out. Still loose. Looked like it may have been a last off Keltner. They say last off of the Braves, though. Warren, just over a minute left here. On the shot clock. 12 puts it up. No good. Here's Anderson. Trying to bring her team back within an attainable number. Scoring has slowed down here for the Cardinals as this third quarter has gone on. Morton under the basket. High shot off of Warren. Still kept in by Dye. Great play.
Scoring has really stalled from both, aside from that kind of out-of-the-blue technical. It's been a quiet back half of this third quarter. Fired off some scoring early, but not a lot since then from either side.
Ball in the hands of Warren with 7 on the play clock. Shot up from Brunkow, in and good. Cardinals up to 31, and that will end the quarter 31-20. So the Cardinals restore their more than double-digit lead as they will go in up by 11 to the fourth quarter. Keep it here for fourth quarter action here on the first game of this doubleheader on Eudora Sports Live.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
All right, fourth quarter action. Cardinals will begin with the ball and the lead. So they are trying to put the finishing touches on this game that for a little bit there, felt pretty comfortable. Got a little uncomfortable right at the end, but that late basket from Brunkow, who's here on the ball, gives them some extra space. Dieterding sunk that one, but it won't count. The whistle had blown for a foul that was also against the Cardinals. So just a warning shot there from Dieterding in the end as a foul is called against Dye. It's the third against her.
Not a bad time for a warning shot either way, though. Just showing, hey, I can make this, I can do this, with an 11-point lead nonetheless.
Anderson looking for an option. Everywhere is covered. Billings tries to set a pick. No use, though. Now in the corner, Burris tries to spin against Keltner. Dye rips it away from her. And they're going to call a foul. So that'll be a fourth against Dye, and all of a sudden, in quick succession, she's in foul trouble.
The crowd certainly letting the refs know how they feel about that one. A couple of reactions from Cards players out on the court as well. Starting to see some emotion bubble over, which we haven't seen in a little bit today since the game was close and uncomfortable, as you called it.
So that's a quick 2 fouls against the Cards, which just increases the likelihood that the Braves could get into the bonus as this final quarter goes on. They still have the nice lead. They just need to be able to get out of here with the comfortable lead, hold on to it, play good basketball. Billings finds a way to pass that one to Samble. A fingertip pass, but then the shot clock runs out. I wasn't even paying attention to it.
Nope.
Ran out of time on that possession.
There were so many apparent changes, I wasn't paying attention to the clock at all. No, and of course the Cards do have a decent lead here, but there's a couple of faint silver linings popping up that if the Braves can reel this in close, they can put the Cards in a really uncomfy spot. Still 7 minutes left to play, or a couple 3-pointers from this thing being really tight.
Dieterding in about the same spot. She made the 3 that didn't count, but she steps closer and comes up short. Anderson racing against Warren.
Now some urgency.
In the corner to Billings. Samble with a little bit of space. Might think about the shot, working against Avery Warren. She wants the shorter range shot. A foul, no, a travel called. So the basket negated. Thompson will come in for Billings. And a Eudora timeout. So we will go ahead and go to a quick break as well.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with our delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Eudora Parks and Recreation is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. Their goal is to provide recreational opportunities for the community of Eudora that will enhance and promote a healthy lifestyle for all ages. The Eudora Parks and Recreation Department gives Eudora residents and others from surrounding communities the opportunity for family-oriented activities. Visit their website at eudoraparksandrec.org to view their youth and adult programs, leagues, memberships, facilities, activity guides, and more, and follow them on all social media at Eudora Parks and Rec.
Back from the timeout, Keltner will be the one to inbound. 6:30 left in this one. Cards up by 11. Foul trouble becoming a bit of a story, but only a bit. It has not been that much of a problem for the Cards. It just seems that if they were to have an Achilles heel, if something were to go wrong, that is a leading candidate to be the culprit.
Yep. Nothing big yet. If they were to start going stagnant, we'd have a lot of potential storylines, a lot of faint silver linings, but nothing huge to this point as they're still maintaining that big lead. The Braves have just been unable to capitalize as of late, unable to reel it in as the Cards have stalled out just a little bit. The problem is the Braves have as well.
Right there, Burris tried to keep it in. I think she may have misjudged that red line back there is not in bounds, because she seemed confused that the call was out. Dieterding in space. She wants a three. Just comes up short. Warren rebounds, and she gets it. And great job by Burris to bring that one in. I thought it almost looked like Sample was passing to no one, but Burris got high up, brought it down, and put it in for her first points. Dieterding overshot that one, but Kuntz does not miss. She's got 4 points. Quick scoring here. Anderson puts some moves on Warren. Sample against Brunkow. Burris in the corner. She wants more. Overdid that one, and then a foul called against the Braves. First against them in the quarter. Called on Emily Morton. Brunkow and Dieterding come down court. Keltner with some space. Might think about the shot. Lays it to Warren. Now in the corner in front of the fan section. It was Brunkow and then Kuntz. And Morton poked it out. Hayden, you think there's a chance they get to that 50 mark? Not that they're particularly worried about it.
I would expect not to. I think they're certainly capable of it. I mean, 5 minutes to go for 15 more points is something they could certainly do. But I think at this point they're more worried about preservation and keeping the gap they have as opposed to scoring a lot of points. Capable? Absolutely. Do I think they will today? Likely not. Which is a bummer for my sheets. I can't write down 50 points in every game.
Right.
But, you know, wins are wins at the end of the day.
4.5 is all that's left. Braves would need to get a lot of scoring, potentially a lot of unanswered scoring, if they wanted to
certainly
claw back into this one.
A lot of unanswered scoring.
Burris, 1 against 3. Finds Sample, who's found some space. If you've got a 1 against 3, somebody's open. It was Sample. She's up to 12. And a timeout will be taken unless it's full. We can keep you here. Let's see what they say. 30-second timeout. So yeah, we can keep it here. Sample has the team lead with game lead, with 12 points. Izzy Brunkow is sitting in second with 10 on the Cardinals side of things. 35-25, down by 10. What are the Braves' chances here, Hayden?
I think they're decent, truly, because they've shown a lot of urgency and a lot of capability to put up points. They just haven't been executing in those moments. If they can start sinking their shots and keeping the defense that they've been playing, they have a shot to get back into this thing. But their margin of error has gotten down to really, really thin. With only about 4 minutes to go, 10 points, that's a lot because you can't just rely on three-pointers this late in the game.
So we've seen the Cardinals pull up and take a lot of quicker shots because they've been able to negotiate and find the right spaces. Do they maybe take a more Bonner Springs type approach and eat up more of the shot clock before pulling up to shoot as this game goes on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would expect to see them start taking their time in all facets as we're seeing Dieterding essentially stroll here across half court. I would expect to see things slow down a lot for the Cards and subsequently things speed up a lot more for the Braves.
You can see just right there they passed up on a couple shooting attempts, but then it'll be turned over by a carry from Avery Warren. But I think we just saw a little bit of it right there. There were a couple of different opportunities to shoot that maybe weren't perfect, but were good enough. But they decided to continue to pass it around, move the ball.
AKA coach said run clock.
Billings with a nice left-handed hook to get that one to go.
And the lead now down to 8. They're doing a really good job of keeping the pressure on, even if it's not mounting too heavy on the Cards, just making them keep that urgency, making them speed up their possessions a little bit, keep them from slowing down the way they want to.
Yeah, 8 sounds a lot more doable than 13, which is what it was just a second ago, but it's back to 10, just like that. Brunkow with 12, matching her jersey number.
And you mentioned not only did the Braves need points, they needed unanswered points, and if the Cards can keep answering, they can shut this thing down.
Beautiful looking 3 there, just off from Burris.
That would have been massive.
In the corner, Brunkow drives, lays it in, and it is in. Another left-handed basket. She's up to 14, leads the game.
Man, what a way to crush up that little bit of momentum the Braves had gotten. They reel
and then
things,
Brunkow now helps take this one away.
Reel in just a bit, immediately put up 2 quick scoring possessions to stretch it out again. Just making it so tough on the morale side of the Braves, trying to keep their foot in when the Cards just keep putting up points.
Dieterding not in any hurry here. Brunkow. Back for Dieterding, but Billings got a hand on it.
8 to go on the shot clock.
Dieterding or a teammate needs to put one up here soon. She'll do it herself. Off the front, no good. Coots rebounds and finishes. She could have slowed things down, but she saw the opportunity, did not pass it up. She's up to 6 points.
That almost feels like a statement. Could Brunkow and Dieterding have waited a little bit there? Absolutely, but it almost feels like a statement. You want to try to reel things in? You want to try to make this close? We're going to score a few more, show you how capable we are of stretching this thing out, just to break the spirit of the Braves a little bit more.
Billings sent to the line by Kuntz's 3rd foul, 4th against the Cards. She went 2 of 4 before when we saw the technical called. She's now 3 of 5, and she's got 1 more to go.
Well, just like that, look how doable 50 might look.
Yep. Warren just went out for Owens, and Billings goes 2 for 2 right there. So up to 4 from 6 in the game, and up to 6 points for herself.
A 12-point gap, again, not easy, not comfortable, but doable.
A foul on Anderson, that's her 4th. So we'll see if the Braves want to take her out. Just a couple minutes left, though, so they may leave her in.
I think why not at this point, right?
Second against the Braves in the quarter. And yeah, no indication that Anderson is coming out at all. Under 2 in the game. Cards, though, not home and dry, you have to say.
No, far from it. Trying to pick, not getting a lot of room.
Fakes the 3, drives in, shorter range shot. Put too much on that one, taken away by Burris. Braves have to move quickly here and really have to shoot from 3, which is what Samble will do. And comes up short, Billings behind the back layup, and she's got it, timeout. Braves not going away.
No, they're not. You said they need to shoot from 3. That would have been ideal, of course, but getting points on the board just under 90 seconds to go. Still a decent bit of time, but they're going to have to execute on just about every possession they can get the rest of the way out. And you can't afford to miss any shots, and on the other side, you can't afford to give up any quick answers from the Cards either.
I think with such little time left, we're approaching dagger territory.
Yes,
if there were to be a 3 for the Cards, I think you could maybe label that as the dagger. But the Braves not going away. They showed on that quick possession, moving down, finding Sample. Not that I'm any genius, but I couldn't have drawn it up any better. Find your best 3-point shooter, put it up as quick as possible.
Right.
And then Billings did well to be there and put it away just to get something from it. So I like the way that they are trying to get back into it.
2 points is a lot better than none.
But I think that the Cardinals have set themselves up very well.
They have.
To hold on to this lead, but there is, as always with basketball, till that final buzzer sounds, still work to be done.
Perhaps to end this thing with a pretty solid second half, could Izzy Brunkow put the dagger in on this thing close to the holiday season?
That would be a lot of fun. I think if she could do that, she would definitely earn that Who's Smoking Player of the Game from Barbed Wire Barbecue.
Everybody could use some barbed wire barbecue. It's cold outside, man.
Dye gets it into Dieterding under a lot of pressure now. A full court press from the Braves. And Dieterding runs right by the press and then turns back around, hitting a U-turn to take more time off the clock.
That was almost disrespectful.
And now Dye will draw a foul. Is that Anderson out of this game?
Anderson's starting to migrate over.
I'm not sure.
She seems to think it is. Number 4 by Anderson, they said.
Maybe it's 6 fouls. I guess still a little rusty, get back into basketball mode, because that is her 5th, as the scoreboard says, but she's staying in. The official, I just heard him ask Coach if he wanted to sub her out, because as is sort of tradition with a player that gets within one foul of an ejection.
That's
Jace
dangerous.
Menifee, a freshman, will get her first minutes here tonight. 5'7" freshman. So I think she may have just fouled out. I apologies for not
quite sure.
being sure of the number. It's my fault.
Either way, out of this game at the moment. More loop-de-loops from Dieterding.
Dieterding putting the moves on Menifee. And now drawing a foul from Samble. So that's the 4th against the Braves. One more and they'll be into the bonus, which is likely what they're after here. If they can't get the ball away, the next best thing is to send them to the line, hope that they miss, and then take the ball away. And there you see Menifee commit an easy and obvious foul there. First against her, does put the Cardinals into the bonus. So Dieterding to the line.
And if she can make these, put them in a really good spot.
Doesn't get the first to go. Menifee goes out after playing for about 20-30 seconds for Addison Thompson. Dieterding does get the second, so 1 of 2 from the line, up to 7 points. Samble, Billings. Almost a half-hearted shot. It was a pass, but it was an unorthodox one. And it ended up at a turnover, and now Dye will get fouled. Officials going to talk this one over. They might see this as more egregious than just a personal foul. So they call a third against her. And they call it a technical, or maybe it was a flagrant. There was more force in that than what was needed, but you have to be careful when you're committing an intentional foul not to do too much with
egregious.
it.
Yeah.
So Dye gets this with nobody around to rebound, sinks the first, putting her up to 7 points and 2 of 4 from the line.
Do we think it's on ice now?
It's getting there. I think with as slow as it's going right now, it's just hard to say. Billings sure looked like she fouled. Dieterding wanted the foul to be called. Now just sort of conceding here, it would seem. The official didn't give that immediate foul call, and so now just letting the rest of this game go by. So I think, yes, we can say that this one's pretty much done. There will have to be a shot here for the Cards, though.
They're going to have about 5 seconds left on the game clock when they have to attempt a shot.
Unless they just accept the shot clock violation, like sort of taking a delay of game.
They're going to.
And that is exactly what they will do. So that will turn it over to the Braves for one last possession. So the Cardinals will advance to 3-0. Will the Braves have any last say here in the final score? Samble puts it up into the rafters. So 43-31 is our final. The Cardinals, the Lady Cardinals that is, stay undefeated. They are 3-0 now. The Braves falling to 1-3 as the first of our doubleheader here ends with a Cardinals victory. When we're back, it's the post-game show, which will transition into a pre-game show for the boys basketball game. Keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Eudora Parks and Recreation is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. Their goal is to provide recreational opportunities for the community of Eudora that will enhance and promote a healthy lifestyle for all ages. The Eudora Parks and Recreation Department gives Eudora residents and others from surrounding communities the opportunity for family-oriented activities. Visit their website at eudoraparksandrec.org to view their youth and adult programs, leagues, memberships, facilities, activity guides, and more, and follow them on all social media at Eudora Parks and Rec.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
All right, welcome in here to the post-game show brought to you by Eudora Animal Hospital. They've been serving pets in Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975 and are proud supporters of Eudora Cardinal Athletics. So the Lady Cardinals get another win, up to 3-0 now, as they are trying to replicate their start to the season last year where they went 7-0. And it was a really good game. There were 3 lead changes, which the Braves took the lead first, held it for quite a while, even though it was such a low-scoring game, or low-scoring first quarter. And then things really changed after that. Just the second quarter, it felt like each quarter, the start, or the second, third, and fourth quarter was where all of that scoring really bunched up, and then the back half of each of those 3 quarters, it sort of slowed down. But the Cardinals were able to make sure that they were generally the one that was doing the scoring, and that is what got them to come away with a 12-point win, 43-31. Hayden, what are your thoughts on individual performances and the team performance as a whole and just how it all went?
Yeah, it was. I'd be lying to you if I said I expected a whole lot different from last week. I was really expecting to see that close first half, and then the second half, the Cards just run away with it. And they really didn't. I mean, like you said, each quarter, interestingly enough, almost all of the scoring would happen in the first 2 or 3 minutes, seemingly, of each quarter, and then it would slow down a lot. Just happened that the Cards were rattling off a couple more points in those little spurs than the Braves were. But that was a really tightly contested game until I'd say about halfway through the fourth quarter, when that Cards lead was, not erasing, not shrinking at all. and the Braves kind of had to get really aggressive and weren't quite able to make it on the execution. But that was a really interesting matchup for me to see what the Braves' game plan was coming in, of trying to slow down the Cards scoring, which clearly worked. That was their lowest points total of the year by 10 points so far. Held them well below 50. They were able to break 40 on the night, but the Braves at the end of the day just weren't quite able to execute and match that explosiveness, because even though you can put a blanket over the top of the explosiveness of these Lady Cardinals, they're still going to put up points at the end of the day, and the Braves just weren't able to quite put up enough.
Yeah, and I liked the way that both teams were playing. I like the Braves style. I think it would be tough to win games that over the full course of a full 4 quarters like that, but right. I see the vision. I see Absolutely. The idea there, and I think it's the type of thing where you could outlast an opponent till the 4th quarter and then try and flip to being more aggressive and try and put it away. And I think they've got a chance to start racking up wins as the season goes on. But they do now see themselves 0-3 in the Frontier League, which is a difficult hole to recover from. But so early on in the season, there is a lot of time. But I don't know that there'll be a team that's has their eyes set on a Frontier League title, and that's completely okay. But I think the Cardinals are, and to get a first win in a Frontier League game is good.
Put themselves at 1-0.
And it was a very nice performance. We can run through the numbers of it. We'll start with your Cardinals here. Avery, and also, by the way, I got every single point. So
awesome.
give me a 1 bonus point for that.
We're improving based on last week. That was huge.
Avery Warren got 4 points. Hannah Keltner with 3. Bryn Dieterding with 7. Izzy Brunkow leading the team and the game with 14. Ava Dye with 7. Miranda Kuntz with 6. And Carly Owens with 2. And on the Bonner Springs side, Emily Morton put up 1. Naya Anderson with 6. Amaya Burris with 2. Addison Thompson with 2. Chastity Sambo leads the team with 12. Meredith Billings with 8 rounds out the scoring there. So that's how the Cardinals' 43 points shaped up as they got that 12-point win. It was a good game, and I think there's really only one candidate. You could maybe give a mention to Bryn Dieterding because she is sort of the ticking, the grandfather clock. I don't know, the heart of the team.
Yeah.
But you have to give it to Izzy Brunkow with the 14 points, leading the team in the game, and she was just all over the place. She had the 3-point play, and then she made a 3, and she was always finding good shots, making good passes, playing well defensively. And so I think it's very easy to give the Barbed Wire Barbecue Who's Smoking It player of the game to the sophomore, Izzy Brunkow. Enjoy the best barbecue in Douglas County at Barbed Wire Barbecue. For menu options, carry out, online orders, and more, visit their website, barbecue.com. That will round out our post-game show. When we're back, it'll be the pre-game show for the boys basketball game. Same matchup, Cards v. Braves, here on this doubleheader.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Rope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do. And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
How do you see the world? Ha! At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles. Like riding my bike. Breaking boards. Ha! Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be. There is no typical firefighter.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
All right, welcome in Kaw Valley State Bank pregame show. They're not just your bank, they're your neighbors. Kaw Valley State Bank is proud to serve the Eudora community and proud to support Cardinal athletics. For more information, visit their website at kawvalleystatebank.com. And we will now get to listen in to the starters here.
Number 2, 5'8" sophomore, Prince Donald. And for your Cardinals, number 0, 5'8" senior, Micaiah Jerome. For the Braves, number 11, 6'1" senior, DeAndre Morrison. For the Cardinals, number 4, 6'6" sophomore, Ryan Osborne. For the Braves, number 12, 5'9" junior, Jackson Head. And for the Cardinals, number 5, 6'2" senior, Errol Stevens. For the Braves, number 15, 6'2" junior, Corey Rowland Jr. And for your Cardinals, number 10, 5'10" senior, Christian Jarrett. And last for the Braves, number 45, 6'2" junior, Helen Brewer. And last but not least for your Cardinals, number 13, 6'1" senior, Connor Mahuchi.
All right, so it's an interesting starting lineup there for the Cardinals. Multiple changes from last game that we got to call, including Ryan Osborne and Christian Jarrett making the starting lineup. CJ, the senior, Osborne, a 6'6" sophomore, getting into the starting lineup here. You have to imagine that height is probably a partial reason for him making it into the starting five. Looking at the height of the visiting Bonner Spring Braves, they don't have anyone over 6'4", and no one in the starting lineup above 6'2", while the Cardinals have Errol Seaman at 6'2", Osborne at 6'6", but then Jerome, Jarrett, and Watson all below that 6-foot mark. So that'll wrap up our pregame show. We'll transition into basketball here, as it is the second game of this doubleheader for the Cards. Looking at records coming in, the Cards are 1-1 after that overtime win over Wamego. They had an 8-point loss to Atchison. Bonner come in 2-1 with 2 straight wins. So off of the tip-off here, and already a foul being called. Foul on Micaiah Jerome. So the teams had that confused. The Braves heading down court thought that they had committed the foul.
I thought they had 2 initially.
Moving it around are the Braves. The Braves scored here. Errol Seaman takes this away on the fast break, finds Jerome, and then Osborne, and we've got another foul. They were on that fast break. Goes against Prince Donnell. I was going to say the Braves scored 80 points in their win over Tonganoxie. I'm still researching, looking in the books to try and find the last time that the Cardinals scored 80 points in a game. I'll tell you, I'm looking at the 2016 season right now. Still have yet to find one where they have scored 80 points against any opponent, and Tongi generally no pushover.
No, yeah, that was the big one that stuck out to me on the schedule as well. That is no small feat. In fact, it's a massive one, especially to do against a good team.
And a three-pointer here goes in from Kellen Groover to open the scoring.
That shot a little bit behind CJ. Lucky Connor Watson was back there.
And another foul being called. Here is Corey Rolfe Jr. Now out to Stuver. He wants another three, and he'll get it. See how they likely piece together those 80 points over the Chieftains. CJ has his first points here on this game where he's in the starting 5.
It's a heck of a run to the basket to get there as well. Really sneaky, really good tracking ability right there to set up the shot for Jarrett.
The last time the Cardinals scored 80 points was December 5th of 2013, and they lost 89-87.
They lost?
To the Spring Hill Broncos. What a game that one must have been. Sounds like there was no defense.
You said 2013?
2013.
I would have been 8 years old.
Well, I think that a lot of these players out there would have been very young.
We would have all been in elementary school. You and I are not a whole lot older than these players.
So despite what felt like a dominant start for the Braves, Cardinals within just 2. Here is Groover.
Worth noting, as effective as that three-pointer is, that's been the only thing they've been able to execute on today for the Braves.
They've also been able to draw fouls from the Cards very effectively. Getting one from Watson there, and it's the 3rd against the Cards.
Hey, even with an only 2-point lead, if you can get fouls and hit three-pointers early on in a game, you're sitting in a really good spot.
Groover wide open, and he's got a 3rd three. Groover is in the groove.
Is that all 9 points?
Yes, it is. CJ gets a response, though. Keelan Groover, a dangerous man, the sophomore. Jackson Nez finds Groover, finds Donnell. Groover again. Cardinals just leaving him uncovered. First time he's missed from 3, but they rebound and put it away. DeAndre Morrison, first player not named Groover, to get some points for the Braves. For 3, Osborne. Too much on that one. Couple subs waiting in the wings for the Cards. And a travel is called there before Corey Rolfe Jr. put that one away.
So that was a beauty of a setup and shot, even though it didn't end up counting for anything.
Watson and Jarrett go out.
Cy Thomas is in.
Cy Thomas and Cash Schneider are in. Moves from Cy Thomas, driving to the basket, tried to roll it in, but didn't get enough on it with the fingertips. Another three-point shot here, and it is in. This time it's Jackson Nez. Cardinals with no answer right now for the perimeter attack.
I mean, covering it could help.
Seaman to the corner for Schneider. He's got it. Wearing that magical 24 jersey, last donned by the all-time three-point leader for the Cards, Logan Sullivan. The freshman Schneider picking up where he left off right there. Cards within 5.
That's red cleats for Schneider, bright blue out on the court for Errol Seaman. Yellow and green for Watson and Jarrett over on the sideline.
A hand in on that from Jerome, and he will win possession for the Cards.
Really good defense, really good hand-eye coordination to get his hand in there. Catch the ball, knock it out, give the Cards possession where they desperately need it, down by 5 early here. And that 5-point deficit feels like it could be a lot more early on.
Crable goes in for Seaman. And then also on the Braves side, Donnell goes in for Corey Rolfe Jr. To the corner, Osborne. He wants this one from 3. He'll get it. Nothing but net for the 6'6" sophomore. It really hasn't felt like, it feels like this has been all Braves, but they're only within 2.
Cards just keeping it close, keeping it steady.
And one too much there on the Euro step from Jackson Nez. Oh, actually, no, a foul called on Micaiah Jerome. I thought we were seeing a travel call. But instead, it's Jerome hit with a foul, and he will step out for Braden Gardner. It's also the 4th against the Cards, so next puts the Braves into the bonus. Rolfe Jr. comes back in for Morrison. Inbounds to Groover. Jaden Jones. Now Thomas. Corner 3 for Schneider is blocked.
Thomas with the pickup.
Osborne wants that short range shot off the rim. And the Braves couldn't control the ball going out of bounds, turning it over to the Cards. Just in front of the student section is Gardner to inbound. Thomas. Thomas drives, great move, and he finishes. What a great play by Cy Thomas.
Beautiful work.
And we are tied.
This doesn't feel like a tie game at all, does it? No knock on the Cards, but the Braves have been all over the place. Feels like they've owned the game so far, largely in part from those threes from Groover.
But it's really, I mean, that's a large majority of their scoring, and Groover hasn't hit anything in quite a while. So the Cardinals have been able to inch back, and now Jackson Smith will come in for Osborne. So the Cards could potentially take the lead on this possession. Here's Gardner. Thomas. Crable. Gardner again. Now Smith. First touch of the game for him. Schneider cuts in. He wants to shoot. He will. And just too much on that one. Man, he really did great to create that chance to take the lead. And just couldn't get the finishing touch on it. Rolfe Jr. wants a 3. No good. Who gets the rebound? It's loose. Whistle blows. And it'll be a Cardinals basketball. Called against Donnell, second against him, or first against him, second against the team. Almost feels like there's been a chaotic energy to this first quarter, but it's been pretty controlled by the Braves, it feels.
I think chaotic would be a good word for it.
The Cardinals have been scrappy in the midst of that chaos, and Jackson Smith, first points off the bench. Cardinals in front.
And they've almost, despite the fact that it's looked chaotic, I'd say they've almost been more well-rounded to this point in the game.
Certainly.
Than the Braves have been.
I think that has been the key to holding on in this game and now taking the lead.
I'd say all season, really, that's been their goal. Just being tough and hard-nosed and hanging in there early on in games, not letting the other team run away. Here's a 3 attempt.
Donnell couldn't get it, and then tipped away by Rolfe Jr. Crable with the rebound. Shot clock's off here. Gardner in no hurry. Cards want the last say here.
Looks like they're going to wait for it. We're under 10 to go now in this first quarter.
Fighting against Groover. Groover's going to foul. A little reckless there from the junior. Definitely unnecessary. Third team foul, first against him. Gives the Cards a chance to inbound. They'll make a sub really quick, taking out Donnell for DeAndre Morrison. One of 3 seniors, DeAndre Morrison, the only one that made the starting 5. And that was inbounded, but the clock didn't run for no apparent reason, so they'll redo the inbound. Interesting play there, seeing that they played it backwards with such little time on the clock. They might reconsider here as they do.
Right.
Gardner drives, he's got 2 seconds, and he's got it in. The left-handed layup means the Cardinals end the first quarter with a somewhat surprising 4-point lead. A very nice quarter of basketball from both sides, you'd have to say. Bonner came out really hot, but the Cardinals just stayed slow and steady and have won the race to lead after quarter number 1.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Second quarter action here. Cards on top by 4. I guess we should quit being surprised by it. They're playing that steady form of basketball. The Braves felt a little more sporadic, and they came out with that energy working well. Watson breaking his own ankles, but it worked out. Schneider, he wants another 3, and he will get it. The freshman with another 3. It's now the Cardinals making it from beyond the arc, and they've got a 7-point lead.
It's a big one. Likely due in part to the awe in this stadium from Connor Watson. Visually maybe hurting himself and keeping himself upright. I was watching him after he got rid of that ball to see if there was any kind of limp to his step at all, and no such thing. He looks extremely good here.
I think the Cardinals might be sort of matching that sporadic energy now a little bit.
Yep, they're a little more jumpy for sure.
And Groover, he's back. The man is already up to 12 points.
In the second quarter.
That pass a little errant from Seaman, but it got all the way across to Schneider and now comes back to the senior. And off the backboard, no good, but shooting foul. Jaden Jones hit with the foul. Number 5 committing the foul, and number 5 sent to the line. No good on the first. First minutes for Kalen Doss, who grabs Jackson Nez. And the second one is good for Errol. So the lead back to 5. Groover finds Morrison. Groover got the pick and roll, found enough space. Can he use it? He could not. It was a great play there, but he still had to shoot that 3 while moving, which is never ideal. Thomas. Schneider, he wants another. And a whistle blew before. Didn't go anyway. Do we have a 3-point shooting foul here? We do. Schneider will be sent to the line for 3 free throws. Foul call against Kalen Doss, his first, second against the team. Schneider with 6 points to his name. Can he add here?
He does. Shot number 2.
Good again for the freshman. Really is carrying the mantle well for that number 24 jersey.
Absolutely. I never even watched
your
previous number 24 Logan Sullivan play, but in the first conversation you and I had,
and he's got all three.
You made it extremely apparent how talented he was and how much fun he was to watch. But the mantle certainly being carried well by Schneider, 3 for 3 on that set of free throws.
Might see a lot of cash money over the next 4 years for the Cards. And the jump ball will go to Bonner. Osborne comes in for CJ. A difference of 8 inches between the two. Here is Corey Rolfe Jr. yet to score in this one. It's been mostly Groover. Rolfe under to Jaden Jones, and he couldn't finish. Second time we've seen the matchup of the fives, Errol Seaman and Jaden Jones, result in a foul. This time Seaman sends Jones to the line.
And the Braves are definitely less sporadic, but there is definitely a hint of instability. I'm not going to call it panic, but certainly a little more unease than there was early on.
For some reason, I'm sensing an energy of mellowness,
which is strange.
They've sort of calmed down with time, but not to a degree where you feel like they're comfortable and they're playing well. It feels like they're not comfortable.
But at the same time, they have loosened up their play style a lot from how they were early on, which is something you don't always see with a team down. Perhaps an unexpected disadvantage.
Morrison with a strong takeaway. Here's Groover, great ball. Passed and finished. Well, Donnell couldn't finish. And then neither could Jones. A whistle blows. Will we see shooting foul here? No. But it is a Braves ball. Actually, maybe not a foul call. Just went out of bounds off of a Cardinal. Donnell. Groover wanting to drive here. First time not shooting from 3. And he's got it. He's up to 14. Puts the Braves into the 20s. Thomas found a lane. Didn't feel comfortable finishing, but Crable gets the and one. The junior will go to the line. Jones hit with the foul, his second, third against the Braves. There will be a substitution before. Jaden Jones committed the foul, will go out. Jackson Nez will come in. And Cage could not convert the three-point play. Still a great job to get the finish and give the Cardinals a 7-point lead. Thought about the three. Nez. Now Kalen Doss into the corner. Driving, passing out. And converted. Kalen Doss, first points come from 3. So Bonner inching back here, now within 4. Making the Cardinals continue to score if they want to hold their lead. And another, Thomas couldn't roll that one in, but Crable finishes the job.
It's a team effort if I've seen it. The amount of shots and setups that might not be successful the first time, but they've got a teammate right there for the Cards to put it together and convert it either way. That's a big reason why they're up on Bonner right here.
Foul called, I believe, going to go against Thomas. It will. First against him, second on the Cards. 2 changes. Braden Gardner and Christian Jarrett come in. Cash Schneider, Cy Thomas go out. 3-point shot there from Nez, no good. Sort of came out of nowhere with that one. Gardner on the rebound. Jarrett drives. Osborne, easy pickings there for the 6'6" sophomore. Groover. Jarrett draped all over him. And he ended up making a good pass, but Doss was unable to control it. I don't know if he was looking for a foul or just upset with himself for not catching it, but Groover got it right to him despite having Christian Jarrett laying on top of him.
Yeah, that was ambitious coverage from CJ.
They've done well to eliminate Groover after he got those 9 points right off the bat. He's only had 6 since then.
Notes were taken, certainly.
This will go the way of the Cardinals here.
And that one went out of Crable's hands. Watson was there to pick it up.
DeAndre Morrison called for his first, 4th against the Braves, so next would put the Cards into the bonus. A lot of time left, so if they could get into that bonus quickly, that could pay dividends for them. Crable goes up to bring it down. Now Osborne at the top of the key. Gardner in for Crable. Tries to find the space to turn. Watson with enough space to think about the 3. Then it took a touch off of Nez, and it'll be a Cardinals ball.
It was really good awareness by Connor Watson to get his hands up as soon as that touch came from Nez. Let the ref know, make it clear that was not his touch.
And I like that the ref agreed, saw the call, made it right.
Yep.
Osborne being big, brings down the rebound. Crable doing the same.
Cage Crable was fighting right there.
Gardner with a nice touch finish.
And it results in more points, stretching out the deficit now to double digits in favor of the Cards. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
The Braves are not the same team that they were for those first 3 minutes. Gardner went to the ground looking for a foul. It will not come.
They will answer, however, bring it within 8. And I think a big part of that gap and them not looking like the same team is eliminating Groover. I mean, they clearly took notes as a team after he made those 3s early on. Shut him down. The chemistry for the Braves has not looked the same since then. That's certainly the main cog in the machine, it appears. Here's CJ. For 2. No good. Gruber got a rebound, bring it back.
Into the corner here. And now Rolf Jr. from the free throw line. Rounded around the rim and no good. Watson not in any hurry. Now gets a pick from Crable and then tripped up by Morrison. So that will send Watson to the line. Doesn't get the first to go. Cash Schneider and Jackson Smith will come in. Actually, Schneider will hold out for now. Just Smith coming in for Christian Jarrett.
Shot number 2 from Watson is good.
Now Schneider will come in and take the place of Connor Watson. Just got his first point of the game.
Reels the advantage out to 9 now. So definitely not a safe deficit for the entire game, but definitely enough to put the Braves on their toes, keep them uncomfortable. And this is where the Cards now have a little bit more room afforded. The mistakes aren't going to be as costly. They can play a little bit more free, a little bit more loose as the Braves try to hustle a little bit and get back into it.
Trying to shoot there from practically under the rim, and it'll be a shooting foul. So that'll send Prince Donnell to the line. Cage Crable hit with the foul, his first, 3rd against the Cards. Actually, not Donnell at the line. Said Corey Rolfe Jr., who will look for his first points in this game.
He's got him. Doesn't feel like his first points, does it?
He's been highly involved, but never really the one to take the shot. Osborne goes out for Micaiah Jerome. The lefty sinks both of his free throws.
Keeping it close. That was big for the Braves right there. 9 and 7 are very, very different in terms of how the team feels coming off of it. 7 is very, very doable, especially with how proficient they were with those three-pointers early on.
Smith under pressure. Snyder, no one near him, and he sinks it. He does not miss. He's got 12.
See those red cleats, keep your eye on him. He's been all over the place, and when he takes those shots, like you said, not missing them, he's been as good as you could ask for tonight. Here's Rolfe Jr.
Draws a foul, but not a shooting foul. Cage Crable hit with his second. And now Osborne, he might go in and grab Cage after just committing the foul, and he does. A minute 9 left. Nez. Donnell. Rolfe Jr. now Groover. Been a while since the Cards have let him shoot. He will take a mid-range jumper and no good. Here's Gardner. 4 points to his name. Jackson Smith. The Bonner Springs fans here making their voice heard. Micaiah Jerome. 10 on the shot clock. Jerome wants it from 3 and off the left side of the backboard. Shot clock now off as the ball is in the hands of Keelan Groover. 20 to go before halftime. Cards up by 10.
Looks like the Braves are going to try to bring it down to their shot. Under 10 to go now.
Cards going to let them eat this clock away. 5 seconds. The shot from Donnell is good. So the Braves do get the last basket. Jerome's full court shot was too late. It is 37-29. The Cardinals with the nice 8-point lead going into the halftime break. A lot to talk about when we're back on the halftime show. Keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be. There is no typical firefighter.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Shop local and support local at Gene's Heartland Foods. Visit their website, eudora.heartlandfoodstores.com, to sign up for exclusive offers and rewards today. So our Gene's Heartland Foods halftime show, as the score is 37-29. Cardinals, I mean, it's a little bit, it almost feels like we're overthinking things to talk about the way that the game started, because it has just been all Cardinals for a very long time at this point in this game.
Yeah.
But when it started, I was scared. It did not. Things were not going well.
It looked bad.
Groover was sinking those threes, and it looked like the Cardinals were going to be sitting here and just getting beat up for the whole night.
Day.
And then they really, we talked about it, they just stayed there. They were the tortoise. They were steady. They just were consistently making progress.
Nothing incredible.
And the Braves stopped. The Braves quit making their baskets, and so then the Cardinals were able to take the lead, and now they've really run away with it. And things have settled down. We talked about the sporadic energy. I think both teams are playing more like themselves, more how they want to. Cardinals might be playing even better than they would normally expect from themselves. But it almost feels wrong to focus on the way the things started. It's been all Cardinals for a very long time. What are your thoughts on this first half, Hayden?
Right. I mean, it was, yeah, you're right. It's the reason we keep talking so much about the start of that game and how it felt is because we were looking at each other about 2 minutes into this game with like wide eyes of this thing looks like it could get ugly quickly. I mean, it looked.
And we talked about the 80 points that they scored against Tonganoxie.
Right. We talk about them scoring 80 a week ago, and I believe a week from today, actually, Tuesday night. And they're out here just tearing up the Cards in the first couple of minutes. It looked like it was going to be a long, long night, and the Cards haven't really done anything differently. I mean, from the first tip in this game, they've just been steady. They've been hitting their marks. They've been hitting their layups. They've been hitting their free throws. They've been consistent. They haven't made any huge errors. And you're right. As soon as Bonner kind of slowed down and Groover wasn't hitting those threes at ease, and they started stagnating a little bit and struggling a little bit, the Cards didn't. You just saw them keep being consistent, keep being steady. Don't make any huge mistakes. Don't commit any huge fouls. And you just saw the scoreboard separate a little more. Despite what it may look like, they haven't done anything different really all game. They've been the same team. But this deficit is not huge. 8 points with how well they were playing early on. They've got to keep their foot on the gas, because if for whatever reason the Braves do come out of the locker room here, which they very well could, if they come out and start hitting those threes again, start playing with a little more urgency and that kind of sporadic rhythm that they had early on, they could reel this thing in really quickly. But the Cards have been as solid as I think we could have asked them to be. They've played, as you mentioned, likely above what their standard for the night was coming in. And they've just been rock solid and steady and consistent, and it's put them up top on the Braves.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the start of this second half will look like. I think that'll be very telling because, of course, 8 points, something that can come in the blink of an eye. We saw Groover make 9 points in about a minute and a half, it felt like.
Right.
And so much to be done. This game is so not over.
No.
But I think that the first 2 minutes or 3 minutes of this second half will be very telling for what we're going to see, because that was when the Braves were at their best, was right at the start of when this game began. And if they could maybe find a way to do that again, and maybe it won't, they might not be able to get Groover hot again just because the Cardinals saw that and said, okay, no more of that.
Yeah.
But if they can find some way, and maybe it is Groover, whatever it takes, pick and rolls or however it goes, that's going to be very telling. If they can make some progress back, that they're going to have a chance. I mean, we saw in the girls' game that the second, third, fourth quarter, the first part of those quarters
was
when most of the scoring happened.
Yep.
And so if they just need to prove that they can do it again, because they were there. They were doing really, really well. But Cash Schneider and the whole Cardinals crew, Christian Jarrett, Gage Crable, Osborne, Gardner, they've all done really well to just keep scoring, capitalize on each possession. And it's been very effective. And if they keep that up, I mean, what better can you ask for than scoring each time you touch the ball? That's the whole idea.
And yeah, if you look at it, we've got, from the moment this tip starts in the second half, we're going to have 16 more minutes of basketball to be played, even if the Braves come out and they're white hot early on. If the Cards keep doing what they've been doing, getting those consistent points, if they can run 16 minutes of clean basketball, no huge errors, they don't have to be flashy, because you can count on the Braves. This is how this style of team usually goes. When you get white hot for a little while, you're going to go ice cold for a little while. So you're kind of going to see that ebb and flow from the Braves team, and if the Cards can keep just steadily putting points on, I think they can come out ahead, especially considering they already have a little bit of an advantage. But it's going to be, as you said, the first 2 or 3 minutes are going to be really, really telling for what to expect. This thing is far from over, Reed.
All right, well, with a couple minutes left here, that'll wrap up our Gene's Heartland Foods halftime show. We will go to another break, and when we're back, it'll be second half tip.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
All right, so back here for third quarter action.
I'm excited.
Cardinals will start with the ball and that 8-point lead. They've led at the end of both quarters here so far. So far really, what do we have to worry about, right?
Right. I mean, so far in our doubleheader, we're 6 for 6 on Eudora holding the lead at the end of the quarters, which is kind of insane considering how this day started.
Couldn't do anything with the first possession here. What can the Braves do? This will be part of the first possession, and they find Groover, and he missed that one. So just surprising because he had the space that he normally needs.
That wasn't a defensive error either. That was not forced. He was just a little bit off, which if they're going to get back into this thing early as we expected him to, he's going to have to be clicking early.
Nez no good. Rebounded Morrison. They'll score. A decent-looking first possession. They would have liked Gruber to make that first one.
Absolutely.
But they still come away with points.
Cutting the deficit down to where it's definitely manageable here. Really tight coverage on Errol Seaman.
And a timeout called by Coach Cleveland before Errol Seaman got that pass off. He was just under some tough pressure there. So bailing him out there. What do you think? Does that first miss from Gruber mean anything? What do you think?
I think it could. I'm not gonna label it as anything horrendous quite yet, but it's definitely a little bit concerning that he didn't come out and hit that, especially with
that would have been exactly what we were talking about.
Yes.
Them getting that start.
Absolutely. That would have been a perfect picture of what we tried to paint in the halftime show. But I don't think it's concerning yet. I mean, that could just as easily be nerves or rust as anything else. You and I both know, especially for a three-point shot, the slightest error can knock that ball off course. So I don't think it's anything to worry about, but definitely kept that perfect ideal start for the Braves from happening. Out on the court, you got blue cleats for Seaman, yellow for Watson.
Turnover there. Cardinals' second possession goes amiss as well.
And the second time today that Connor Watson has given us a slight scare. Sliding on both ankles, kind of buckled down, but again, back to his feet with no issue.
Osborne hit with the foul, first for him and for the Cards.
Schneider out on the court as well for the Cards. 3 of their biggest role players today.
Here's Nez. Gruber finds Morrison. Rolf wants a 3. He won't get it. Seaman takes it down. And a foul called. Called against Errol Seaman, third against him. He's still talking with the official.
It's the second team foul.
Trying to understand the call more. It's a third for him, so he'll just have to stay a little careful.
He's certainly not thrilled about it either. Didn't get the explanation he wanted evidently from the ref. But the call is the call.
Gruber. Jones. Braves not even really having anyone run into the paint.
No. Just setting up the perimeter. Here comes a run.
Yeah, working around the perimeter. They're trying to drive in, and they will get a charging call. Errol drawing the foul very well, as he loves to do.
So he knew he was going to get that one. Saw his head pop up immediately, looked over at the ref. Big old nod as soon as he got the call. Jerome brings this one into Watson. Now Jerome heading across half court. Patient approach from the Cards here. Cy Thomas now.
Thomas will win. No, is that a timeout being called? No, a foul. Foul called for Morrison. Third against him, second on the Braves. Kalen Doss comes in. Has all 3 points from a 3 that he made earlier in the first half.
And of course, only 2 points for the Braves, but the Cards still scoreless. Nearly 3 minutes into this second half.
Thomas fakes the 3. Osborne driving, shooting, and missing is Osborne. Cards still scoreless. Gruber had a chance there, passed it up under pressure from Schneider. Under 15 on the shot clock. To the corner, here is Donnell. Jones fouled as he shoots. So Osborne will send Jaden Jones to the line. Jones 1 of 2 from free throw line. Second foul on Osborne, both coming this quarter. Third on the Cards.
This would be a big make. Sinks it.
And Jones gets them both to go, putting him at 3 for 4 from the line. So the Braves within 4. Cardinals still yet to score. Gardner comes in for Watson. Just enough on that pass from Thomas to find Micaiah Jerome. Under a lot of pressure they were from the Braves, but they were able to break down the press, and Schneider gets a foul. Third against the Braves. Called against Prince Donnell. Third personal for him as well.
Bordering on having to ease up a little bit, be careful. Here's Thomas over to Osborne.
Schneider with space for the three, but the whistle blown for a foul. Schneider made it, but it won't count. An offensive foul by Cy Thomas off of the ball.
As we called it earlier,
Gates
perhaps
a big three there. Would have been the first points for the Cards.
maybe the same scenario with Brendan Deerding earlier. If nothing else, it's a warning shot for the Cards.
Yeah, I think they would have liked that one just because they're still yet to score.
Oh, absolutely.
And now another foul would put the Braves into the bonus. Rolf up to 4 points with that basket. Braves now within 2. Cardinals, we complimented them for being slow and steady. That steadiness has gone away, and they will continue to struggle to score.
Slow has been there. Steady has. Their play style has certainly still been steady. It's just been missing on some of the execution points where they were so good in the first half. Of course, through about 25% of the second half now, where they were so consistent with scoring early on, yet to score a point. Again, through about 25% of the remaining game time.
Crable grabs Osborne. Thomas got a hand on that one. That's going to go out on the Braves, and he takes out the official as well. Hopefully he's all right. Coach will help him to his feet. Cardinals basketball, says the official. Seems to be all right.
I just kept him young. It's all good.
Spry zebra.
The zebra was stunned. Zebra?
What am I, look like I'm from London? Zebra. Thomas inbounds to Jerome.
I'll give you a cup of tea, then I'll ask you. Crowd waking up here in Eudora.
Gardner, Jerome. Cardinals really want those first points here in the third quarter.
You can see the urgency. Oh,
they're not going to get him. Donnell is going to try and tie this game and fail, and then Gardner comes in really powerful. I'm surprised they don't give him a foul against Doss. A foul on Gardner committed against Doss. And now a whistle does blow, potentially for something committed by Schneider. Not sure what the call is. If it's a foul, it would be the 5th against the Cards.
Heck of a sequence, right? I'm stunned we don't have a clear foul yet. Even if we may not be sure which way it went, so much chaos ensued right there. You expect to see one.
He says Cardinals basketball. So no foul called there, despite the fact that Gardner really did crash in recklessly to the group of people.
Feels strange to say to a team up by 2, but I'd say the Cards are in pretty desperate need of points here.
Yes, oh, absolutely. Schneider with the behind the back pass. Crable absolutely denied.
Still Cards possession, but they have stagnated here.
15 on the shot clock. The Bonner fans being very loud and rowdy here. Another denied shot. Rolf shuts down that one from Thomas. Gruber. Donnell wants to lead. He won't get it. And now a foul. Committed by Rolf. So a 4th against the Braves. Next foul by either side would put their opponent into the bonus. CJ will come in along with Keelan Duncan getting his first minutes here of the game. Taking the spots of Schneider and Jerome.
Seaman and Osborne remain on the sideline.
Thomas drives, does it himself. Will draw a shooting foul. Jones doesn't like the call. That puts the Cards into the bonus as well.
Keelan Duncan did punch that one in, but of course not going to count.
It's a 3rd foul called on Jaden Jones.
It's a huge 2 attempts here for Cy Thomas. trying to end what has been a nightmare third quarter for the Cards.
More than 5 minutes in. Will they get their first points? They will. At least their first point.
Point. See if we can make it plural here.
Nez and Morrison come in. Rolfe Jr. and Jaden Jones go out. Thomas gets them both. Well done there by the freshman.
Stretches the lead to 2 possessions, which I'd say the Cards desperately needed.
Morrison.
Little slip, stays on it.
Doss wants to drive against Duncan. Groover in the corner, and he will get it. First time in a long time, but not the first in the game at all. Groover up to 17 points.
And we'll see if that's a one-time thing or if that was the start of a white-hot run from Groover here.
A little bit of an aimless pass, but it finds Gardner. CJ into Crable, playing big boy basketball. But then he traveled. Braves on this possession a chance to take the lead. Nice handles from Donnell to get past CJ. Morrison wants it from 3, won't get it, and then Duncan grabs the rebound.
Good play by Duncan to keep that one in.
Big there. I think that's a big let-off for the Cards.
Massive.
That would have really hurt if that went in. Gardner draws a foul. That'll put him to the line.
And now that, I don't know about you, but now that Groover has made another 3, as of recent, I feel a little bit more stressed out and a little more necessary to get points if he starts getting hot again. Points have already been at a premium so far in the second half, and if Groover is able to hit those 3s at will, it becomes all the more necessary to hit these.
Gets the first. And he gets them both. So in a quarter where the Cardinals have struggled for points, they've gotten all 4 from the free throw line. We talked about that the start would be really big. I don't really think that either team started well. The Cardinals certainly started worse. The Braves have grown into it a little bit, and then the Cardinals have just been taking their chances from the line. Obvious goaltend from Duncan doesn't matter, put away
that was
by
beautiful.
DeAndre Morrison.
Unbelievable work. And the crowd erupted over on our side with pleasure for that one.
Crable finds the space and then couldn't finish.
Did a really good job to set that one up again, just not quite able to execute and finish off with points. Has been the story of the evening so far in this second half.
Groover drives and finishes. The lead is back with the Braves. The man that gave it to them in the first quarter, Keelan Groover, has grabbed it back for them now here late in the third.
It almost feels like they should have had that lead a little while ago. Here's a 3 from Thomas, not quite able to get it in.
Yeah, definitely, Hayden. It feels like, just like in the first quarter where the Braves were dominant and yet not pulling away, this has been a lot of Braves dominance, and yet they're not really doing anything points-wise.
Right.
That foul there will now send Bonner Springs into the bonus. And it'll send Nez to the line. Nez gets the first.
And if they can extend this lead out to 3, as strange as it sounds, I would feel really comfortable with that if I were the Braves, just because the Cards have struggled a lot as of late to put points on the board. Only 4 have gone up in this entire third quarter.
Nez 2 for 2 from the line. The Cards now trail by a 3-pointer.
Now we'll see if they pick up the urgency or if they choose to
shot clock's
keep that
off
steady
here.
style.
Duncan falls down as he finds Osborne. We're tied! Ryan Osborne! What a shot!
Have you ever?
Now another 3, and they've got the lead right back. Jackson Nez says, quiet down, Cardinal Arena. It will be 47-44 as we go to the fourth. What a way to round out the end of that third quarter.
Man.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with our delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
To the fourth quarter we go. The Braves with the lead for the first time in this game. You mentioned in the break to me, Hayden, for the first time in this doubleheader that they have led at the end of a quarter. So they are on top by 3 now and starting with the ball as well.
Maybe narrow, but the way that third quarter played out, 3 points feels like a lot. Here's another attempt at a 3.
Big time 3 attempt there.
That would have been, 3 points feels like a big deficit. 6 would have been huge.
Oh, wow. Not sure how that one got through to Osborne. Couldn't finish. Neither could Errol. The fast break. Great touch from Watson, but goes out off of Jerome. Watson made a great defensive play to not commit a foul and get a hand to the ball, but they couldn't take possession.
And the Braves have just been flying around up on defense. Of course, the urgency on offense has been there as well, but they have just been relentless on
Morrison
any
in the
scoring
corner.
attempts.
Wow, what a play by Seaman! Can Watson collect? He can. What a great play by the senior.
Unbelievable. The first big statement play from number 5 all night at a critical moment. Bad
Watson
pass.
with an inaccurate pass, but Arrow nearly able to get there, and then it, oh wow, kicking called on Arrow. I'm really not sure that was intentional. He did boot the ball, no doubt about it.
Didn't look like he was trying to.
I do not think that there was intent there.
Man.
So that gives possession to the Braves.
And I just saw what looked like all the Cardinals players, that collective deep sigh. See if they can rebound from it.
Groover on the ground. Meanwhile, Rolfe puts this one up, doesn't get it. Jaden Jones is called for the charge. Great play by Connor Watson.
And just like that, they're puffing back up. Under 7 to go.
That would be the 4th personal foul on Jaden Jones. Watson goes out for Cy Thomas. Schneider, Jerome, Thomas. Thomas tried to lay it up and came up well short.
Actually went behind the basket.
So a minute and a half in. No scoring yet. There's been ebbs and flows for scoring.
It's been the story of the second half, really the story of the night.
Ooh, mishandled there, but it will work for the Braves.
Bad pass.
And then Osborne makes what looked like a clean block. The referee, however, disagrees. Well, he just put up a different number. He put up 15, which is the player going to the free throw line. He meant 4. I imagine he meant 4.
Surely.
There it is. So Osborne hit with the foul. Third for him, first of the quarter for the Cards. Rolf Jr. 2 for 2 from the line. Make that 3 for 3. First point of the fourth quarter.
If there's a time to get scrappy, these Cards need to do it.
He will maintain his perfect day from the free throw line, up to 6 points.
We saw that scrappy nature, that passion, that heart on our last broadcast for the boy Cardinals. This is going to be the time to show it off here.
A great layup there from Thomas. So just like that, the scoring has opened here. Both teams putting up a couple.
Now both pushing 50.
Driving on the baseline. Now out to Rolf Jr. This is Doss. Into the corner, Morrison. Overdid that one big time. Did it go out off of Thomas? It did. So possession stays with the Braves. They are going to have to do something quick, though. 3 seconds on the shot clock. That limits their options big time for how they want to inbound this ball.
I expect a lot of tight defense from the Cards. They're going to make it as tough as possible.
I'm looking at Groover, but they're instead going to go to the corner. Donnell, whoa! How did he do that? I can't believe it didn't go in, but I can't believe that it almost should have.
I can't believe he almost made that. He should have.
I don't even know how to describe that shot. But meanwhile, Osborne has us tied again.
Much needed signs of life from the Cards here. Osborne gives a kick that the Cards so desperately needed, now tied at 49, just under 5 to go.
What a game here. We've only seen the 2 lead changes all day. That's because the Braves keep doing that now, that they've gotten the lead. The second they lose it, they take it right back. Rolf Jr. up to 9. Gardner. Under a lot of pressure from Groover. Able to get it to Osborne. Osborne working against Rolf Jr. Thomas now. Thomas finds a lane. Can he finish? He can't, but rebounded by Osborne, who puts it away for an and one. Could we see Osborne tie the game again?
Man.
He is up to 13 points.
What a night, Reed. What a night.
I think that no matter how things go, but certainly if they grab a win,
man,
you know who's getting that barbed wire barbecue, who's smoking player.
I'll buy it for him.
Oh, doesn't finish that one.
Would have been
still a big play.
Yeah, Cards got to not let the negative energy off that miss drain what was such an impressive sequence right there. They got to keep their energy flowing, keep the Braves from stretching this thing out. Strolling the perimeter again.
Oh, collision between Rolf Jr. and Errol Seaman. And there was some concern if Errol was all right. The second he saw the call, he had a bright smile on his face. Loved the call.
Bright smile, started clapping. Teammates helped him up. We felt a hush fall over this arena, and then the eruption with the call.
So now here is Gardner. Cardinals try to take the lead back. They've tied it multiple times since they lost the lead, but they have yet to regain it. Thomas putting the handles on. Finds Gardner, CJ. And then he couldn't find the way to get it to Osborne after Morrison. And then a jump ball, which will go the way of the Cards. Big play there.
Worth noting, shot clock is on at 35. What a game.
What a conclusion.
And just like that,
talking stuff over here.
Just like that, we've crossed 50. My notes stay okay. Hurrah. Trying to see what the discussion is here for the officials. Calling over the third.
They're discussing the jump ball call, I suppose.
Seems like 2 agreed, 1 did not. Just clarification, it looks like. Doesn't look like a change will be made. Talking to coach on the sideline. I believe that's Coach Stefan over there.
Yep. And nothing will change. It will be a Cardinals ball. Gardner into Thomas. He'll get the lead back for the Cards. Cy Thomas, 7 points for him on the night. Still work to be done, 3:15 to go. Morrison in the corner, gets it into Jones. Jones can't shoot, and is that a shooting foul? It is. So to the line goes Jaden Jones. He's 3 for 4 from there.
3 for 4?
That's where all 3 of his points have come from tonight. They hit Cy Thomas with the foul. I thought it looked like it was Gardner, but it's Cy Thomas, which means it's his 4th. Something for Coach Cleveland to think about. Game is tied again.
No lead is safe. The only real difference is the Cards leads go away a little bit quicker. The Braves leads not lasting super long either. Second shot is good.
So 5 for 6 now. And a 4th lead change of the game. Thomas against Morrison. Gets some help from Osborne. Schneider. Now Thomas once again. He'll shoot. A disguised shot there. Almost made it look like a pass.
He did.
I liked the idea, but didn't finish. Now some work to do defensively. No need for the Braves to be in a hurry here. Morrison, Groover, driving. Morrison again.
I'd expect to see the pace slowed quite a bit.
15 on the shot clock. Jones. The shot will be taken. Rolfe Jr. doesn't get it. Rebounded by Gardner.
Feels like the Cards are hanging right there, just struggling so much to get in close. A timeout called.
They'll take a timeout to talk this one over. Hayden, I'm interested to hear what you think. What can the Cardinals do here for this next 2:15? They've got to try and get that lead back, hold on to it. What's gone wrong, and what can they do right to finish this one?
Well, I was just about to mention right there as the timeout was called, I almost have that bad sinking feeling in my stomach that they're hanging so close and being so competitive, but it just feels like they're slightly outmatched to this point. The Braves have just done such a good job of playing clean in this 4th quarter with not only scoring points, but playing really tight defense. They've been all over the place. They've been fast. They've been aggressive, making it so difficult for the Cards to score points. Now, sometimes at the expense of some fouls, but they've been so aggressive and made those points so tough to come by that the Cards are having to essentially play perfect very late in this game after a lot of running around and energy exertion. just to take a slight lead, and then in most cases the Braves are taking it right back. I think the tides have turned from early on, where the steady, consistent team is now the Braves. The sharp, peaky, aggressive team is now the Cards, and they're needing to catch fire one more time, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that the momentum is back with the Braves. It feels like it felt when this game first started, but they feel like they're under more control. It doesn't feel as sporadic or as reliant on three-pointers, which you can't really rely on.
It's a more balanced lead than it was before, for sure.
And they keep maintaining it even if the Cardinals are right there, but they really are. It's just going to take a little bit of some unanswered points. A Cash Schneider 3 would be phenomenal.
Yes. And that would be.
But those threes we talked about, they're unreliable. Just want to make sure they can stay in this one. Gardner to Thomas. Back and forth between the two. 10 on the play clock. Thomas from way downtown. No good. Didn't really feel like they thought that possession out so much. No. Thomas certainly capable of that, but
almost felt like he wanted to have a hero moment. Settle down. Little time left on the clock. Only down by 1. There's Groover.
Foul hit called against Schneider. So it hits him with his first, third against the Cards. They get it into Jones, who shoots quickly. They didn't need to do that, but it worked out well, so that would be why they did.
I think they may be taking the approach here with about 90 seconds to go of points being more valuable, like slight lead they have. Just with points being so tough to come by, now a three-pointer separates.
Thomas. He's wanted that three. 15 on the shot clock, now down to 10. Thomas trying to get Crable to go into the paint. Thomas going to draw a shooting foul. No, he won't. He's called for a charge.
Wow.
Few different Cardinals teammates upset with the way that Thomas led that possession.
It almost feels like Cy Thomas was trying to fool the refs into calling that shooting foul in his favor. They saw through it, called the charge.
And so now he's pulled out of the game along with for Christian Jarrett, Connor Watson, and Keelan Duncan. He goes along with Cage Crable and Braden Gardner out of the game. So now they need to get the ball back and can't let them score, and CJ commits a foul. Fourth against the Cards. Excuse me, it's the fifth against the Cards. That puts the Braves into the bonus and sends Donnell to the line.
Not a great bet to this point in the game to send the Braves to the line. They've been so good from that spot, especially late.
Donnell makes the first, so it's now 4-point lead. He'll go 2 for 2. That's really big. That very nearly buries the Cardinals.
Still a pulse. Maybe a faint one, but still there.
Watson thought about the three. Drives instead. Schneider. He drives for Osborne. For three. No good. Rebound. Comes down Jones. And then a foul or a timeout? Looks like it's a timeout.
Looks to be a timeout.
Suppose the Braves are trying to avoid the quick foul from the Cardinals, and now they'll get an inbound further down court where they can try and avoid any pressure on the inbound. So,
man, those free throws were huge.
Yeah, what do they do now? Of course it's not over.
No,
but it feels close.
It feels extremely close.
What does the perfect scenario look like?
I think the perfect scenario looks like a quick 3, and then you're almost playing the foul game, relying on it, which is so tough. But time's down so low, they cannot afford to miss another shot. And I think if the Braves hit another, that might be the dagger tonight. 5 points in just 36 seconds already. Such a mountain to climb. If the Braves can put any more points on the board, they'll be putting themselves in diamond position to walk away with this thing.
I feel like it takes a mistake. I think it takes a slip up or an unforced error, a turnover from the Braves.
Unforced error is, it's a good way to put it. Timeout called from Groover.
Take another timeout. I didn't know you could do that.
Perhaps just trying to see, almost looked like some deception, just trying to see what the cards were coming out and what their approach would be. So now the Braves know how to proceed from there, getting the cards to, in game terminology, show their hand. Just wanted to see what the strategy would be. You got to think the Braves have a couple of different options on the table for how to go about whatever opposing strategy they're looking at.
Yeah, if the Cardinals are to be playing the foul game, then they're going to be looking to inbound to someone in the most space possible just to kill more time before they get fouled.
Right.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. You look back to that third quarter where the scoring just came to a screeching halt for the first 5.5 minutes.
That's big.
And that was where they had an 8-point lead and they just couldn't do anything to add on to it. And so it slowly but surely went away.
And you saw that from both teams at different times tonight, where they would have a slight lead and a chance to expand on it and just nothing.
Wow, Jones completely passed up a chance. Or excuse me, that was the wrong basket. Now a foul will be called. So they did a decent job to connect a few passes together, kill 6.5 seconds, and then induce Errol Siemens' 4th foul to send Nez to the line. Nez is 2 for 2 from free throw land.
Again, it's kind of their only option, but the Braves have been so good from this spot. It's tough for that to be your reliance, but they will get a missed one from Ness initially. 0 for 1 this series.
Jerome and Osborne for Duncan and Jarrett. And he does get that one to go.
Now we're looking at 2 threes or otherwise a 3-possession game. It's really tough.
Gonna have to move quick as the Cardinals do. Shot clock is off. Jerome for Schneider, the 3-point specialist, it feels. Jerome in a lot of space. And wow, in and out. It comes back to Osborne. Now Osborne will pull up. He'll miss. And they won't get the rebound. Donnell comes away with it. Now Groover.
That's it.
And that feels like this pretty much the game.
Oh, to have 2 clean platform shooting opportunities for threes from 2 different players and not able to come away with either. Third quarter. You're right. You just keep looking back to it when you go stagnant for that long with a lead.
And I mean, we mentioned it when it was happening. The Braves did not grab the lead quickly while the Cardinals were unable to do anything for 5.5 minutes. It took the Braves that full period to grab the lead. They've been very slow to do their scoring.
Well, we also mentioned in the halftime show how explosive the Braves were. 8 points did not feel safe. It did not feel comfortable.
That puts Groover up to 21 points in the game.
And 2 for 2 on those free throws, effectively putting this thing on ice for the Braves, it seems. Schneider will shoot.
Great shot from Schneider.
Too little, too late.
So the Cardinals do lose here, 61-55. The doubleheader is split as the Lady Cards stay undefeated, but the Cardinals fall to 1-2. They lose their 2nd straight after winning the home opener. A lot of positives to take away, but the fact that they didn't come away with it is a pretty large and obvious negative that they will want to work on as this season goes on. Only the 3rd game of the Coach Cleveland regime, and I think that there are a lot of positives, things we'll talk about more in the post-game show. Cardinals lose that one 61-55.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Eudora Parks and Recreation is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. Their goal is to provide recreational opportunities for the community of Eudora that will enhance and promote a healthy lifestyle for all ages. The Eudora Parks and Recreation Department gives Eudora residents and others from surrounding communities the opportunity for family-oriented activities. Visit their website at eudoraparksandrec.org to view their youth and adult programs, leagues, memberships, facilities, activity guides, and more, and follow them on all social media at Eudora Parks and Rec.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Welcome in here to the Eudora Animal Hospital post-game show. They've been serving pets in Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975 and are proud supporters of Eudora Cardinal Athletics. So, wrapping up this 61-55 close-fought loss, a game with 4 lead changes. Bonner go to 3 straight wins. They look like they are going to be a serious powerhouse, especially if they can limit those times where they're struggling to score. The Cardinals fall to 1-2. It's now 2 straight losses after the overtime win against Wamego, but I think that they have proven themselves to be a very dangerous team as well, and I think that with time those results will start to come.
Absolutely.
So, Hayden, what are your thoughts on the game?
Well, it was a roller coaster, right? Because you saw early on, again, mentioned at halftime, you and I were kind of looking at each other about 2 minutes in because the Braves looked so dangerous. We were going, this one could get out of hand. And, of course, the Cards just kept steady through that first half, kept it really tight, really close, actually jumped out to an 8-point lead at halftime, which looked really encouraging, but we both were almost hesitant to dub it as anything huge, both echoing that this thing is far from over and this Braves team could easily go on one of those runs, and if the Cardinals were to stagnate, things could change fairly quickly, and sure enough they did. But absolutely a ton of positives to take away from this. Of course, again, as you said, only the 3rd game of the Coach Cleveland regime and era here at Eudora, and they have a defined identity. I mean, that is not something you see all that often with teams that have a new coaching regime, but they have been a clear, defined team of being hard-nosed and fighting hard and being resilient and being consistent, which is, you may differ, but if I'm starting over essentially with a new coach, I would rather see my team look consistent early on than look hot and cold early on, because you can build on a lot of the stuff that will lead to later wins and later close games like this. But just seeing that consistency and that resilience and that passion to fight this early on into a new coaching staff is so encouraging for the boy Cardinals. The Lady Cardinals look incredible. And this looks like such a dangerous team on the ladies' side. They've been, explosive all season long to this point. Of course, 3-0 now. I believe they're 1-0 now in the Frontier League division. But positives all across the board. The boys team fighting so unbelievably hard. That fourth quarter was so much fun for us to watch and so much fun for us to call. But these Braves are just a really, really tough team. I mean, Groover was incredibly dangerous from the three-point line. They were moving around fast and efficient, flying around all night. And once they got a little bit of a lead and were able to kind of, in football terminology, pin their ears back and just go play defense, they were able to get almost reckless on the defensive side, and it was working because they just had that little bit of freedom to roll with. But a really, really encouraging night, again, for both the Lady Cardinals and on the boys' side. Both playing really, really well, both having defined identities. But these Braves were tough tonight, and a really close loss to put Eudora down to 1-2 on the boys' side. A couple of tough games coming up ahead of us, but looking like a formidable opponent for just about anybody they play, for sure.
Yeah, no, I liked the way they were able to just stay consistent. I think that, we talked about it a bit with the girls as well, but that the three-point ball could be a big factor, but it doesn't have to be. It's sort of just the fun thing to watch and cheer for, but it is definitely not the only way to succeed, and it's a dangerous way to succeed because it can prove hard to get sometimes.
Right.
But Schneider and Osborne were getting those at crucial times, and it felt like they were only, especially Osborne, they were only taking them on because of the situation. And imagine if they were just doing that because they felt comfortable making those shots. But again, that doesn't have to be the way to do it. The Crable and Osborne can drive to the basket, and they can be so effective. And if they can work on free throws as well, that they did pretty well from the free throw line, but Errol Seaman is always going to be able to draw those for you. I think they could ask for a little better from Cy Thomas, the way that he led the team. He did very, very well. Got him at 8 points in this game, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Lots of positives. The man is a freshman, by the way. But I think
something to be desired.
I think that right at the end there, I saw a few different teammates, specifically some seniors, that just sort of shook their head at the way that the last couple possessions played out when he ended up taking on the shots himself rather than passing it, which it's no problem for him to shoot. He's a very effective shooter, but you'd love to move the ball around, get some pressure off of him, and then create a good shooting opportunity. And so I think that there are, all that means is there's room to improve, but that it's a very good, successful way to play, and that they're right there. There's no big changes that need to be made.
No.
And that's really encouraging. And I love seeing how involved the whole team is. Just everybody with some points, everybody with contributions. Yep. There's no real, this person is the one player making plays.
Right.
They're able to have a lot of different people out on the court and make effective things happen. So, I think there's a lot of positives. Looking forward for what's going to happen next here on Eudora Sports Live. We will be right back here on Thursday, as it's the exit 2-1-2 throwdown between the Cardinals and the Tonganoxie Chieftains. And it will be the Tongi girls just lost their first game. They got swept tonight by the Spring Hill Broncos, both Tongi teams, which means that the girls fall to 3-1 and the boys fall to 1-3. So a chance there for the Cardinals boys to get back into the win column in a crucial Frontier League game, and for the girls to continue on their undefeated run, which it will be tough as they'll come up against a very strong opponent, 3-1. So that is what is next. We'll be right back here on Thursday, and then we'll be taking a pretty decent break for the Christmas season. We'll do a sign-off and say Merry Christmas, of course, but not just yet, because we've got one more game before we sign off for that. So thank you so much for tuning in here. I guess, do we need to pick a player of the game? I suppose we should.
I was about to mention about halfway through the fourth quarter, the point that you just echoed. Everyone contributed tonight. I mean, everyone did something of note, something worth mentioning.
And I should also read through the stats at very least.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's first for the Braves, Donnell with 7 points, Jaden Jones with 7 as well, DeAndre Morrison with 6, Nez with 9, Rolf Jr. with 9, Kalen Doss with 3, and Keelan Groover leading the team and the game with 21. For the Cardinals, Micaiah Jerome got a couple, Cy Thomas got 8, Braden Gardner got 6, Ryan Osborne with 13, Errol Seaman with 1, Christian Jarrett with 4, Cage Crable with 4, Connor Watson with 1, Jackson Smith with 2, and Cash Schneider with the team leading 14. So you look at Schneider, obviously, with the team leading 14, but I don't think that he really had enough minutes and enough of an impact on the game to deserve that, even though
I would agree.
Great impact, but he was playing,
everywhere.
Yeah, he was playing a role of making those threes. I'm looking much more towards Ryan Osborne for his
exactly
impact
where I was
and
going.
the 13 points. Of course, you could look at honestly, Gardner had a very nice impact. So did Errol Seaman, Cage Crable. But I think if we're in agreement, I think it's got to be Ryan Osborne.
My thought was Ryan Osborne as well.
So
you read my mind.
Yeah, his 13 points, getting the start for the sophomore, the 6'6" sophomore, with multiple clutch threes. He had another clutch 2 that could have been an and 1. Just a really, really good game for him, a very exciting player, and I think that he's got an exciting future and totally deserves that Barbed Wire Barbecue Who's Smoking Player of the Game. So with that, I think we can now go ahead and sign off. We will see you on Thursday when these teams take on Tonganoxie. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Good night, and go Cards.